had to drop in audio. I had a phone call. I'm going to have to figure out how to actually do that. But I've got someone helping me today figuring out how to do that. And she's going to help do some filming as well. So this is really good. I do apologize for the audio dropout. Would you like me to introduce you?
If you want to, but
Yep.
don't use my name.
Okay, so we got Nervous Rider here today. Nervous Rider's got an excellent channel. I'm going to put the link in the description after this stream is finished, so you guys can like and subscribe to your channel. But we're going to get some help from our camera person today. Nervous Rider's helping, so thank you very much. And I'm glad you all are here, and stay tuned for some awesome stuff.
So do I switch that around so that they can look at you? It's not wanting to go. I don't think it's working.
What do you mean?
They're flipping it around so that it goes to the other direction. There's mud or something on there.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Just
There,
make sure.
okay, I think it's right now. Okay.
Okay, so welcome back, everyone. Nervous Rider, make sure you're watching your footing because you can come off this bank really quickly.
Yeah.
And fall into the water. So,
And do you want me zooming in before anybody gets on here?
just
Only when you're stopping?
kind of at your discretion.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you for helping. I really appreciate that. So, guys, we have Nervous Rider here today helping out with the.
It's all right, there's no one here. Don't worry about saying anything about me.
Keep going. I've got to keep going. Don't tumble through.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just going to do what I'm doing. So, we got some help today with the camera. We're out here, and if you guys have been following along the channel, you'll notice that I've been talking a lot about low pressure zones, high pressure zones, velocity, flow, force, sort of things like that. So up over here, if we have a quick look up here.
PYC says hello.
Oh, very cool. Hello. We're coming up along through this. Whoa. Back over here. And I just want to show you guys, just over here. You see how this water's coming in through really quick here, over here? And it's now opening up. Just over here. We're getting gold coming from a high pressure zone going into low pressure zone. This is where we're having most everything falling out. So, but we're going to come along through this river a little bit. I want to talk about some few more things.
Total Tech says be careful. Diver Down says River Dance, and CC1234 says hello.
Hi everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Raul Calderon says my dad died. Sorry about that, Raul.
I'm so sorry.
That's terrible.
I'm so sorry to hear that. My dad passed away in October, and it's a terrible thing. Last 2024, terrible thing. Hard thing to get over. Okay, guys. So just watch your footing, get up over there.
I go around here all the time. It's okay. I know what I'm doing.
Okay. So.
Sarah Valenzuela says hello.
Hi. How are you? Tuning in. All right. Here's another fun little spot. So we're pointing the camera down here. We'll notice that there's a really cool little waterfall just coming down through here. So this is a nice little spot to check. We might come along through and just take a pan of that stuff, but again, it's a low pressure zone. Gold is going to get sucked in under these little boulders and get trapped at the bottom. Good place to look.
Marcelina Dimiyagu says hi.
Hi, how are you going? Awesome stuff. Beautiful little rock today.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Thank you. Okay, so now we're going to come in along over here. Be careful.
You don't need to be concerned about the camera woman. I own the land. It's okay. I know what I'm doing. I've been in here for years.
I've got a nice, big, open, low pressure zone. It's just coming from up here. So we're going to walk along. Just kind of showing showing you guys a little bit.
It'll go quite deep just in a few bits.
Works.
So you're going to go right down in a second.
It's a nice little deep spot. I love deep spots. Yeah, it's just a nice reprieve from having to walk on bedrock as well. Okay, that wasn't too bad. So, as you guys can see, as you come along, you want to check for these high pressure spots of where it just opens up just over here. There's a nice little spot to check, and especially if you have things like bedrock to trap the gold in. If you haven't got much to trap it in on the bedrock side, you want to look at these little mouth openings over here. See, like on here? Because while ever it opens up into the low pressure zone here.
Susanna says it's all good! Exclamation point.
Awesome. So over here in these little low pressure zones as well, like I said before, you're going to get the centrifugal force or the vortices that Paul was talking
Brad
about.
Johnson says, what are you looking for?
Gold. Yep. So you're going to get these whipping up around these little embankments. So that's a good place to check as well.
Fisher 409 says everybody like.
Very cool. Thank you guys so much. Just watch your footing. Okay. Again, I'm walking right here to an extremely little narrow spot right here. So that's going to be a very high velocity, high pressure zone. So people can understand.
What a lovely friend you are to help out. I own the land as well, so yeah, it stands to reason that I am on here.
Thank
So
you.
yes, Susanna. I was actually married to Josh for 20 years, so there we go. Sorry, but just thought I'd make that clear.
Here's a really interesting thing. We have a high pressure zone.
Hi Yan 808 says Botu Silkfish.
Yeah. Oh wow, cool. So we have a high pressure zone over here.
Susanna Hall says gold panning. Ray Johnson says thanks. And 16-bit word says stop bragging. Holy smokes, Linda. We get it. Who's Linda? I'm not Linda. Who's Linda?
I don't know what Linda is.
Don't know any Linda, sorry.
Okay, anyway, so whenever I'm explaining something, wait to read a comment until I'm finished because it's important. Okay.
Thank you for explaining the information. Can you please reiterate my previous comment?
Yeah. Just a couple of questions.
He says, screw the comments, keep mining for gold. Lady, stop interrupting.
Yeah, you might want to click down because that was a long time ago. Probably way down in the comments.
No. Oh, sorry. I thought you were Linda. Never mind. Looks like a perfect place for Bobo Silkfish. Some type of fish. Yeah.
Okay, so hold the camera over there.
Is it fishing in that water? No, it's not fishing water. It's for gold panning. I'm just not pointing where there's that.
Just be careful. Alright. So we've got pretty much a straightaway over here, pointing the camera over there so we can see. Water jettisoning down here, high velocity, encountering some obstructions, but also a nice little pinch point that opens up into a low pressure zone just in over here. Alright, but we also have this big giant crack that's running up through here in this bedrock that could be trapping something. We want to have a look at where this stream, you see how the velocity of this water is, and you can actually pinch point and zoom in on that if you want to. That would be helpful. If you can see over here, we get a little bit of this trailing off, pushing material in here. So that might be a good place to check as well. But you see how this, see how this jets through here and curves around this big slab of bedrock here, this protruding bedrock. This is all where the low pressure ends up falling out. So sometimes it can be a very specific pattern, sometimes it changes because of the velocity. But I think right now, what I would like to do is I'm going to drop the pick. I'm going to put the pan just there. We'll just follow the pan wherever you're going. And I want to go ahead and just under this little waterfall, I want to suck out, just to show you guys, this pan is completely clean. There's no gold in that. No gold on the classifier. Let's go ahead, clean out this thing, because I know there's going to be water in it. You don't want that to happen to you. Oh,
Trev says, hello, sir. Respect to you from Vancouver, Canada.
thank you. Awesome. I'm glad you guys are rid of that horrible Justin Trudeau. He looks like Damien Thorne out of The Omen. All right. So, yabby pump down in the crack there, and let's see if we can just pull out something. I want to watch yourself. This thing's pretty crazy. I might have to fix that. See what kind of material we can pull out of this waterfall. See if there's anything possibly in it. That up as much as you can, because sometimes this overburden crap like leaves and stuff can foul you up. What you want to do is you want to get to a layer that's starting to look silty. Can you see the silt and mud coming out of that? Let me point it down there.
Yep. Trev says, I've done panning on Fraser River in BC, Canada.
Oh wow.
Please shout out to Justin Harris.
Justin. Not Justin Trudeau. I hope not. I don't want to shout out to Justin Trudeau. Alright, so what we want to do, every now and again, come along with your hands and pull out some of this stuff here. I want to have a look at this. See this stuff? Sometimes this stuff here is like the miner's moss of the forest, pretty much, of the bedrock. You saw this stuff here where you can get little bits of bedrock trapped in there. Sometimes that can actually trap gold. This is like nature's miner's moss.
JW Fishing and Hunting says, will you shout me out, please, and thank you.
Who is it again?
JW Fishing and Hunting.
JW Fishing and Hunting. How are you going? I hope the hunting and fishing is going good for you, my friend. Thank you.
Terrible Times is being a little bit silly and saying, don't let the Jews see where your gold is.
Ah.
What a shame I'm Jewish. Wonder how you're feeling now, Terrible Times. I've already seen where the gold is because I'm Jewish and I own the gold.
Oh.
So you're not too clever with that one. Flavor FLA 70 says hello from Florida.
Hello. Welcome. All right, so now we're actually getting to some of the silt. This is a good thing, because I've been itching to find out exactly what's going on down here.
He says figures. Got a sense of humour.
That's good. I'm glad to see.
It's good to have a sense of humour.
That's fantastic.
I've got a sense of humour too. You can say whatever you want to me. It's not going to bother me.
And I don't mind you guys making a joke. Let's just keep it family friendly. Let's keep it.
As long as you're not personally attacking somebody.
That's right.
That's all that matters.
Now, I want you guys to have a look at this bedrock here. There's two opinions about this kind of stuff. You got this black staining on here. Some people seem to think that's like iron staining. Some people think that just has been sitting there for a long time. I think it's just been sitting there for a long time. So don't believe everything you hear is the gospel from any prospector. Check and check and check and check. Do it for yourself. Because what one person's opinion is might have landed them with a specific result. It might not land you with the same result. Always check for yourself. Do it for yourself.
Hang on, it's mud all over that screen.
Could be the difference between you having a good day on the gold or chasing ghosts.
Granville Holdsworth says, hi from Tampa, Florida.
Hello.
Trev asks, where are you? Well, Trev, we can't tell you that. If we did, we'd have too many people coming in and I'd have to shoot them. So, can't do that. Trev says, better luck higher up the bank. And that was a joke, by the way, for those of you who understand jokes. If you're not too sensitive like these days, everyone's so sensitive about everything.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in. And
The
we have,
Odin Chase Show says, hi from Atlanta, Georgia.
Hello.
Rick23 Robert says, be careful for sharks.
Oh, no. Yeah. No,
Well, you can get inland bull sharks. You can
bull shark,
get inland bull sharks, and they'll rip you to shreds.
They absolutely will.
But they don't come out here, so it's okay.
Okay, guys, now have a look at this stuff here. Have a look really carefully and closely, because this stuff here, you can see we've actually got a bit of quartz getting trapped in this moss that's just naturally coming in along the creek. This tells me if it can trap something like a bit of quartz, absolutely that's going to trap a bit of gold. So we're going to put that in the pan. We'll go ahead and wash it in there, just like that.
Brian Strader says, are you going to start panning? Very soon,
Sure,
Brian.
very soon. But I want to get the biggest pan that I possibly can.
Trev says, look on maps where rivers ran before. Trev, you sound like you're quite knowledgeable and you know what you're talking about. Yeah, thank you for that. That's very good advice for somebody.
Fantastic advice. Thank you.
Luke says, hello from Oklahoma.
Hello.
Tommy Jordan, CPTCS, says, howdy from Longa GA. Finished up a few pans tonight. Cool, I hope you got something.
I hope you guys get a whole lot, yeah.
Susanna Hoyle says, hello all. Pina Manal says, bye CT BDYG. I don't know what that means. Oh, it might be goodbye CT. I don't know. Rick23 says, is similar to a sponge. Yes, that's correct.
Absolutely, absolutely. You guys, I have so many wonderful prospectors in here and so many people that are wanting to learn and asking me questions that I normally wouldn't ask. And so you guys don't think because if you're not as experienced as some of the other people in the room that you don't have a valid question or a valid point. Because oftentimes what happens is it's the people that know absolutely nothing about a certain craft that are able to offer the most important wisdom possible. Because you guys can see things from a completely third-party standpoint, and that's where wisdom comes in. All right, so here's more of this stuff. Nice big sponge, as someone said earlier. We're going to go ahead and put all that. It's got nice bedrock.
Tom Komar says, Kia ora from New Zealand, mate. Kia ora.
Wow, New Zealand.
That's where there's a lot of gold in New Zealand. You go to the right places.
That's doing terrific.
Brian Harrison says, is that creek coming down a mountain? A lot further away, yes. Congregates from several different mountains. This is a valley, which is why it's a good spot.
Yep. And we have Nervous Rider here today, guys, filming for us. So if you guys wouldn't mind, head on to Nervous Rider's channel. That's 2 words, Nervous Rider. And like and subscribe. Thank you guys. And this is a massive help to me today because I don't have 8 arms. All right. So in a moment, we're going to do this pan. Oh. See? But I want to make sure this crack is nice and cleaned out. So I'm going to come along with the pick. I'm going to move some of the material off. Some of the rocks and things. And we're just going to see.
Brian says, any waterfalls upstream? Probably quite a ways away.
Yep. That's exactly right.
And we're not going to tell you where this is at. Like I said, you don't disclose that kind of information. Unfortunately, yeah, it's not a good idea.
All right. So, now, for everyone...
Matt Herod just said hi.
Hello, how are you? Now, for everyone tuning in, I want you to know one thing. This is not a fake gold channel. This is a real gold channel. I can't guarantee you that there's going to be gold in any pan.
Welcome, Funky Fresh Beauty. I wish I could read your comment, but unfortunately I'm going to say I'm not going to read your comment. So we'll
what
leave
happens
that.
is, some of the pans that we do, they're not going to have gold in them. I can't guarantee that. And I'm not going to fake it just to try and get a reaction out of you. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and try this crack here. And we're going to see.
Brian says he wouldn't ask and he doesn't blame you about location. Yeah, fair enough. You'd know, Brian, if you're a gold person. Lawrence Ronaldo says, who has the mineral rights? Well, we're not going to disclose that either.
Good idea. All right, so now, I want you guys to see one thing here, and we're going to pause reading comments for a minute, because I need to tell you guys something. Whenever you're doing crevicing, which is what we're doing right now, you want to be looking for heavy rocks like this. And these are not only heavy rocks, these are actually little bits of metal that have come off either a tractor or something else, and they're very heavy. This is iron. This is iron that's washed down into this crack. What does that tell us? Gold is 19 times heavier than water. Iron is somewhere just behind that, and also lead as well. So where you're finding lead, where you're finding iron, is winding up in these cracks down here. You want to pan that stuff. You want to get as much as you possibly can into your pan, because what does your pan do? Your pan gives you a snapshot of what's in the area, and the bigger the pan you've got, the bigger the idea or picture you have of what's coming through. All right, so go ahead and do that, and we're going to go ahead and pan this one now.
George A. Nario, where did you get that device? It's simple. It's a very simple device. It's called a yabby pump. So you can pick them up anywhere. Most people that live near the sea have them, because they use them to get yabbies out of the sand and out of crevices and things like that. So it's a very basic pump. They cost about, well, in Australia they're about $40 to $80 depending on what you get. So United States or somewhere else they're probably a bit cheaper. But they're just called a yabby pump or crawfish pump in America.
That's right. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and pan this out.
Pina Manaus, I don't know what she's saying. Patricia says hello. Scott Big says hi. Hi guys. Pina Manaus says bye. Tim Hunt for Boulders says hunt for boulders. Rick 23 Brother says come on guys, need it gold mineral. Yes, yeah. We got to be patient. This is the sort of thing you have to be patient with. If you've got no patience, you're not going to go very well at doing gold. Got to be patient.
That's right.
Isabel Rodriguez says, hola, ese son piedras que hallaste en el río.
Hola.
I'm assuming that means hi.
Yes.
How you going?
Hello. Hello. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and pan.
Mia Grimex says, stop talking and start panning. Well, you got to be patient, like I said. You won't learn anything, so if you pick up a gold pan, you don't listen, you're going to go and spend several hours doing back-baking work and get nothing if you don't listen.
Thank you.
So it's up to you. Are you in Australia?
You've got the light put on now.
How did that happen? It doesn't say where it is. Where is it? How do you turn it off?
It's the little sign thing.
Oh, there. Okay.
Okay, so we're going to stop reading comments because we need to talk for a second.
Yep.
So we're going to go ahead. We're going to pan this stuff out, guys. Now, remember what we said before. Whenever you're starting to pan, what you want to do is work with a little bit of material. Maybe get yourself a little bit of test gold, or get some lead in your pan or something like that that's going to be heavy, that you can do this for yourself. Okay, so pan under the water at all times, just like that. You can make sure we're watching that pan.
Yep,
Okay?
we're watching the pan.
First thing you want to do is what's a process called liquefaction. Now, liquefaction is basically the process of getting that water to come in between. Watch your footing. Come in between the molecules of clay, of mud, of dirt, whatever you've got in there, and breaking up the gold and liberating it. That's the other thing, liberate. So with liquefaction, we'll liberate the gold from the other materials. And now we're going to stratify, which is what we're doing here. It basically gets that gold and all the other materials to fall down to the bottom of the pan. Okay? Do that for about probably 20 or 30 seconds. Just like I'm doing here, just like a bit of like a washing machine type of motion. You don't want to be doing this. You're doing that.
You've got a very good comment here. Same thing as washing rice, exactly.
Exactly. Fantastic. fantastic comment. Thank you. All right. So now at this stage, we're going to be doing this sort of side-to-side motion right here. And as we're doing that, you want to make sure you're keeping your pan flat to the earth, flat to the water, just like that, all right? Keep it flat. Now we're going to be doing this side-to-side, and you'll see the motion of my fingers here, going like that. And we're going to gradually tilt that pan forward as we're doing it. Once we get to about here, and I'm going to go sidelong so you guys can see exactly how we're doing this. I'm going sidelong here.
Lean Bear says, sorry I'm late.
That's all right, Lean Bear. Matt, thank you so much for tuning in. Guys, if you haven't already, subscribe to Lean Bear. He's got an awesome channel. And thank you so much. We've got old mods here. Very good.
Yes,
Okay.
I subscribed to Lean Bear a couple of days ago.
Fantastic. All righty, guys. So now, I want you to see something. You see this sort of V shape this pan is in that I've got it tilted here? You see that? It's in a V shape, and all that material is flat to the earth. Not flat to the pan if we turn it that way. It's flat to the earth. We're ready now to dip off just the top end of this pan. Some people do this in a few different ways. What I prefer to do, because I'm a little bit more advanced, I like to get it down to about there. And about the first half-inch of material, I'm going to actually directly take the tip of it and rake it off with my hands. Okay? So I'm going to do that here. Just a little bit, just like that. Now we're going to repeat the process, but we're going to do about 2 times quicker. So we're going to bring it back down. Flatten the water. Stratify, stratify. Back and forth again, and we're going to tilt the pan. Same thing all over again. Tilt it that way. A little bit off tips of our fingers.
George, yes, you can find opals.
Wonderful. That's excellent. I hope to find some opals.
By the same way as doing gold panning, you can find opal.
Thank
You
you.
can find a lot of different minerals.
Okay, so we're repeating the process, and now it's getting so easy, we can kind of just dip off that tip just by running it in. Okay, back again. Just over those riffles. Just like that. This is a Garrett Super Sluice. It's one of the best pans ever made. You might have something but different, but whatever works for you. Whatever works for you. Now, as I said before, guys, I can't guarantee that there's going to be gold in every pan. I can't guarantee there's going to be gold in any pan at all. But what we want to do is we want to test and see what works in this creek, in this first half of this stream. And we're going to come up on, hopefully, a little bit of gold. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do the reveal now. So we got our wonderful camera person here today, helping us out with this, and this makes it so much easier. So let's get us focused in right in on this point here. We're going to pull back just a little bit of swirl on the water there. And we have gold in that pan. We definitely have gold in that pan. We haven't got a tremendous amount. But what this is doing is it's showing us we certainly...
Yeah, you got a nice little speck there.
You might be able to actually pinpoint and pinch with your fingers and zoom in because it works a bit better.
Okay.
We have one speck here. We have one speck up top here. We have one just here. And there's probably, there might have been a few more down over there. What does this tell me? Now, if we zoom back out, and we'll get you to walk just back out a little bit, what this is doing, if we look at this area here, what does this pan show us? It shows us that, number one, the physics are behaving how we predicted. This is a low pressure zone. Gold is falling down into it, but we're not sure exactly how much because we've only kind of scratched the surface. So
somebody says it's called a trace amount.
trace amount of gold, that's good, absolutely. And what it's doing for us is it's telling me this little trace amount of gold, thank you very much, is...
Lawrence,
thank you so much. It's telling me it is definitely falling down into it. But what I've got to do, there's going to be a whole lot better spots than this. A lot of times it's hit and miss. You have to say to yourself, okay, there is gold here, but how are we going to find where the best stuff is? It might not still be sitting here. It might be sitting a little bit further down. It might be further in that way. It might also be sitting behind a lot bigger obstruction just over here. It could also be working itself down a little bit further away from the high pressure zone, just possibly even up further onto the bank.
Or be behind the high pressure zone where it gets
Exactly.
folded over.
Yep, stuck in there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take in these little bits here. And because you guys are being so good, I'm going to show you all what we have been getting historically out of this little creek. Just panning.
He is American.
Yep, definitely. So I'm going to go ahead and pull all that stuff into the snuffer bottle, and I'm going to show you guys some of the stuff that you might be able to get on your little next journey, whatever you're doing.
Lawrence Ronaldo says you should go upstream.
Should go upstream. That might be a good thing to do. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to sucker these little pieces up into a snuffer bottle.
You probably want to talk a little bit louder. Wiffle Ball says it's hard to hear you because the stream. Probably because the stream's making noise.
Probably the stream, yeah. Okay. All right, so we've got those little pieces pulled in. This trace amount of gold. That's now clean. Now, because you guys have been so damn good today and helping us along here, I'm going to show you what we get historically in this creek. This is the kind of stuff I want to be seeing today. Lead and all. Okay? This is what we're after, guys. And I think that might be what you're after too. You might be after bigger gold. But it's all good. It's all good gold. But you just gotta try.
So how long did it take you to get that much?
This was probably 2 weeks of panning and trying to figure out where the best spots are. But the good thing is, if we're getting that much panning, that also means when we start running trommel again, which might take us a little while because I've got to get everything set up again, but when we start doing that, we might just be getting a hell of a lot more than what we're getting here. So let's go ahead and show you all that one more time before we pull it back into the snuffer bottle. But this is the stuff that we're after today.
So how much do you think that is? Is that like a gram or half a gram or quarter of a gram?
This is probably 0.8 of a gram, not quite a gram. However, if we're just getting that stuff, just doing a bit of panning on some of the overburden, which is primarily where this stuff has come from, on this little spot that I'm working further down the creek, that means we could be coming up with quite a bit more today because we have all this beautiful water coming down through here that is just recent, that is pushing it.
And there's going to be a lot more in the next 5 days.
Exactly.
Lean Bear says, I know this must have been asked, but why no trommel today?
Well, the reason for there's no trommel today, Matt, is simply because the water level is too high and I can't actually get to the pay layer today. So everything's kind of underwater. So it's kind of a...
Had 3 days of rain straight and going to get 5 more days of rain. So this whole creek will most likely flood right to the brim. You get up to the height of that tree up there, possibly go through the house or anything else, which it can do. And all the gold will wash further down into certain areas, and then it repeats every time, so you'll never have it. You have an endless supply of gold in the same spot for years on end. Don't have to go anywhere.
Fantastic. Thank you for your help with that. Excellent. Okay, so we're moving on to the next part of the stream, which is basically we have found a trace amount of gold, and I had someone commenting and letting me know trace amount. See, I'm learning things from you guys all the time. Trace gold. Trace gold. I didn't even know what that was. Now that I know what that is, I'll incorporate that. Trace gold. Thank you so much. The more we broaden the language, the more we can understand and get a better picture of what we're doing.
Someone asks what location is this? Is there any gold nuggets that wash down? Okay, we can't tell you where, but let me tell one quick story here. You don't have to even know how to gold pan where we are. We're in an area which is renowned for gold mining, and I've known people who have literally just walked across a paddock and kicked a big nugget, and I mean like something that's an entire ounce. So it can be extremely random. if you're not panning.
Be so careful. It's about to go in.
No, I can see what I'm doing. I got it.
Drop your phone too. Do you want to put your phone in my backpack? You don't drop it.
Just don't you slip over with that on there. Because if you slip, you're going to get hurt with your backpack.
Okay. So yeah. So nervous rider is absolutely correct. There have been known for people to actually, like she said, kick nuggets on a paddock and not even realize until they've looked down and their life's changed. So this is the stuff that we're after, and I'm not even joking.
Someone's done a joke here that says, I kicked a big nugget the other day, but it took an hour for it to get off my shoe. I'm assuming you're an Australian.
Okay, guys. It's the same thing over here. We're now at another high pressure zone that's come out into a low pressure zone. I want to give this a very quick test because I want to move on. But we're going to go ahead, pop the pan down there. The yabby pump goes there. And a nice crack. Material. So we're going to go ahead and have a look. We're going to have a feel. Just take our hands. And I know it's cold today, but I don't want to get my jacket wet, so I'm gonna...
And it is freezing cold. The water is freezing cold.
Absolutely freezing.
Middle of winter, freezing cold. We're just lucky it doesn't snow here. Thank God for that.
Okay, so we're going to get the patties in the water, and we're going to go ahead and feel. What I'm looking for is I'm feeling for a bit of sediment that has possibly settled out into a crack. Don't you fall.
No. They're saying that because the mic's in the wind, they can't hear you. You might have to get one of those microphones that clip on to work with that. No, I'm not going to call.
Do you want to just have a sit just there? Do you want to maybe just like sit down? You can sit on my jacket if you want.
No, I'm right. It's right. I won't be able to get up if I sit down.
Here you go.
It's fine.
Sit on this. Up there. Or you can just have a sit so that way I'm not going to be worried about you falling in because it's very easy to lose your balance.
I understand, but they can't see from a good view when I'm sitting, so...
Okay, I'll bring the pen over here, but I want you to sit down because I'm really nervous about you having an accident.
You're nervous about me having an accident?
I'm nervous about having an accident.
You're the one who has accidents, not me.
My balance is absolutely shit today. All right. Okay, everybody.
Somebody says he's too bossy. I agree.
I'm very too bossy. But I'm bossy for a good reason. Because I don't want to. Okay? All right. So, what I'm going to do, and it's hard to do because this water here is so deep.
He's already got one, Lean Bear, it's okay. He's got everything, it's just he hasn't figured out how to do it when you're going in water.
What I need to do is I need to stick my hand down in the water and I've got to feel around for like a soft sediment layer or something like that. I know there's a lot of rocks in there that are going to be sitting on top, it's going to be trapping gold, but I'm looking for silt. I want to be putting silt into this and not just a whole bunch of gravel that doesn't have any silt. Because if you've got loose gravel that doesn't have silt in it, the likelihood of you getting gold is not going to be so good. You want silt to be filling this machine. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. Oh, that water is freezing. Yep, that is very cold. I'm looking for silt.
Yeah, thanks though for the offer. Very kind.
Okay, we kind of have a pocket right here.
No, you can get a look at me another time. Today's not the day. We're not worried about that. We're worried about the gold.
Now this is kind of a shot in the dark because there's so much loose gravel in here, but I'm looking for silt. Anything that's going to give me a silty layer. And I might be able to pull some material into that pan. Now one thing is you got to remember, just like I've been saying before, and let's pan the camera that way. pan the camera that way, Ange. Okay, let's pan the camera that way. Okay. So what's happening is, you got to remember, the middle of the creek is your high pressure zone. That's where it's going to be pushing down at a very high rate. But your sides, if you're in a situation where you haven't got a bend, you want to be looking in on your sides. I'm doing the wrong thing here because I'm right in the middle. I want to be somewhere off a little bit to the side of the bank right here. I want to find where there's just a little bit of silt that's caught in the crack. Maybe about here. I'm going to try up on this little part here. I did feel some silt, but there's also a lot of rocks in this crack.
What you don't want to grab is an eel or a snake.
That's right.
A lot of brown snakes and
Okay, can we zoom in on that a little bit?
red belly blacks around here, and they come out in the winter as well. So we got all that.
In this little bit of gravel and bedrock, we have a bit of silt, we have a bit of clay. So I'm going to go ahead and basically dip that and put that right in the pan. And I'm just going to take my hands and just go along, try and scoop out as much of that as I can just by hand. And try and reveal a deeper layer that might be there. And then we're going to get in that thing. Right. And hopefully that's where things are going to change and turn around a little bit.
Lean Bear says Australia always trying to horizontalise you.
Absolutely.
Yes, we lie down a lot over here in the mud and the dirt. If we're not being thrown off horses, we're slipping over on rocks.
Exactly.
It's crazy. Crazy place.
Now, as I said before, everybody, this is not a fake channel. I'm not going to be pulling out huge nuggets. You're not going to be seeing big giant panfuls of gold coming out. I'm trying just to show you what it's like in real time if you're out here on your own, doing your own thing, you're doing your own gold. What is some of the things you might be encountering. So I do appreciate you all being here.
Lawrence Renato asks a question. Do you have area stratigraphy mapped by state geologists? We actually do in Australia.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we do.
That's a good question, yeah. We definitely do.
And a lot of gold hunters in Australia use them too to find the old gold diggings and things like that.
That's right.
Yeah.
And for you all in America, a good place to go is something called W Maps. If you're looking to go out and find gold, W Maps is at Maps. It's W Maps. It's a great resource, and it's free. I think it's free. So if you want to find gold, you want to find better gold, check out W Maps.
Afghan Battle Rat says, "What's up from California? Good luck."
How you going, California? We got California in the house. Thank you so much. All right. Gonna keep going. Now, it just occurred to me, I have a gold pick over there, and I'm just using my hands, but that's okay. Sometimes it happens. What I want to do, you guys can really focus on this right now. I want to concentrate this pan and get as much material in there as possible, but what I've got to do is I have to classify a lot of these big rocks. You see these big rocks here? All that stuff. So we're going to come through and do this number. We're going to let all that heavy material fall into the pan. We're going to classify to about probably half-inch rocks or eighth of an inch rocks. I'm not sure exactly what this classifier is. Very important.
Sledgehammer says, "Hi from Scotland." And then you got Tyler Cleveland, Tyler from Indiana. Not India, Indiana.
Ah, okay.
There's a good variety of people from all over the place.
Very cool. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Thank you. Okay. So before we pan it, like I said, we want to concentrate the material to the stage where we get a big giant pan underneath. Because that's going to give us a better idea, a better snapshot of what's in the area.
Lean Bear's just suggested another mic choice that's not a problem with the water is a shotgun mic. You have got a shotgun mic, haven't you? I'm sure you had one off the old camera.
But that's a good idea, Lean Bear. That's a good idea, Matt. I appreciate that. Okay, so like as before, we can see this sediment. You can see the water turning brown. We don't want to lose track of the hole that we just dug with our hands. We just lost our pan. It's all the way down the water.
Well, the good thing is if you lose the pan, the gold will still be sitting at the bottom of it.
Sure will. So we've got to find a way to hold the pan in place. So we're gonna see how I've got my knee pinned against the bank there. Go ahead.
Caroline Anderson says hi.
Hello.
Bad Decisions. It says hello from Jamaica, Queens, New York City.
Fantastic. I hope you guys are doing well.
Marshall Steele says howdy from Kentucky.
Kentucky. We got Kentucky in the room.
Tyler's Cleveland asks, where are you guys from? Just wondering.
We are from planet Earth.
And Ninja Koala, we're not going to say. Ninja Koala is a bit of a classic Australian jokester. We've got Claude Williams from Newport, North Carolina. There you go.
Oh, wow. Newport,
Says
North
hello.
Carolina.
You've got Jumping Jacks from Michigan.
Fantastic.
You got Pius Rife from Logan, Ohio.
Logan, Ohio.
Tree Dog of War 3 says hi. Jack says hello from Seattle, WA. Carrie Sem says howdy from WV, West Virginia. Is that WV?
Fantastic. We got West Virginia.
Ninja Koala's laughing and crying.
Wow.
Taragian says I'm from Earth too. Death Metal Dad says it's winter there right now. Yeah, it's winter.
Wonderful.
Vanessa Croker says how much gold do you get?
We get a fair bit, actually.
Gamer Junkie says what's up from New Jersey. Carol Alita says hello from Hamilton, Ontario. Big John says Arkansas. Ash says Kentucky. She's from Kentucky, or he's from Kentucky. Dance the Man says what's up, Muskegon, Michigan. You got someone, Jay Wells from Raleigh, North Carolina.
Oh, wow.
You might even know those people.
Terrific.
Lopen says howdy from Central Oregon here.
Hi.
Tim Fowler says hi from Knoxville, Tennessee. Killer Shreds TK says he's pooping. It's good. It's good to go regularly. It's good for you. Trust me. Joshua Sandiford says North Carolina. Done. Randy Butts says hi from Oregon, USA.
Wonderful.
Ash says, yo, hi Tim. Vanessa Croker says, how many hours have you been doing this? No, don't ask for hours, ask for years. Today, he's probably been doing it for 2 hours or more. 2.5 hours maybe. Bad Decision says, happy gold hunting. Ozzo Contracting says, what's it doing? He's looking for gold. Kevin Lou says, hello from Georgia. How are you? What are you catching?
Hey, how are you going? We're catching a bit of gold today. Thank you. Thank you.
Claude Williams just says, it amazes me how far this platform has come.
It definitely does that for me too.
Troy Lang says, hi from Vancouver Island. Lindsay Moore says, what are you doing?
Doing some gold today.
Irvin is in New Orleans. Hi, Irvin. The Odin Chase Show says, do you want to buy a specific pump to use?
That's a good question.
Are some better than others?
Well, I'll tell you something right now about that. And the one thing is, what you want to watch out for is there are a lot of gold specialty websites that want to sell you these pumps that are like overly priced. And one of those, I'm not going to name the site or the actual pump. What you want to do, and we're going to do a stream about this probably later on the week. I'm going to do a review on a very cheap 4500 GPA or GPH bilge pump. It's 12 volt. It was $100 that puts out exactly at the rate that it specifies that it does. So you don't have to go spending a whole lot on a bilge pump to actually get a decent pump. Okay, check eBay out. They've got some really good stuff. But what you want to do is you want to buy from a reputable seller. It's not going to be some country that's maybe like way over in China or something. You want to buy local. You want to buy from a trusted page, a trusted seller. But don't go spending $200-300 on a pump, okay? You don't have to go spending a lot of money to get gold. This is the overarching concept of this entire channel. Buy cheap, make everything you possibly can yourself, and get out there. And remember, your gold pan is going to be your best detector ever.
Renata Ferreira says, Hola,
Hola.
from Brazil.
Wow.
S. Rosa says, hi, Indianapolis, Indiana.
Wow.
Ed Case says, hello from South Central Los Angeles.
Hi.
Agus Expose says, hello from Indonesia, Southeast Asia.
Indonesia, Southeast Asia. Wow.
Cameron McCormick says, hi. Tim
Hi.
says, Australia has lots of copper. Right. Australia is actually rich in very many minerals. We're also rich in things like uranium, oil. But our government doesn't allow us to use our natural resources.
That's right.
So, yeah, it's a bit silly. It's all just sitting there and it's untapped, which will make us probably the most valuable place on the planet very soon.
Absolutely.
The Odin Case Show says, thank you. Vanessa Croker says, how have you been to Australia searching for gold?
For probably going on maybe a little over a decade now. So thank you for the question. Excellent.
20 years.
Wow.
I think I spoke to you before. I'm not far from Darlonga, Georgia. Rudy Roberts says
Wow,
that.
awesome.
Deborah Alston says hi. Steve Sutton says greetings and good luck from Alabama. You sound like Sharon Osbourne. Thanks. Sharon Osbourne's a fantastic woman. After everything she put up with Ozzy Osbourne's behaviours,
Absolutely.
she deserves everything under the sun. Jose Contracting says, today is a day the Lord prepared for us to be glad and rejoice in it. Hello from Wisconsin.
Hello.
Renata says, Sudi Minas Giras Brazil Esto Amano Ovidio. Sorry, I can't speak Spanish properly, but I think she's saying she's from Brazil, or he's saying she's from, I think is. Roger Wilson says, hello from Columbiaville, Michigan.
Ah, excellent. That's tremendous. Michigan.
So guys, don't leave because very soon he's going to be showing what he's got in the pan.
And again, we can't guarantee that we've got gold, but what I'm trying to do is called sampling. If you're a prospector and you're just starting out, you want to adopt the mindset of sampling the area, because if you don't sample, you're not ever really going to know what's good in the area. You might find a little spot, you might be finding a few specks, you might be feeling like you're on top of the world. But unless you sample all the time, you could be missing out on the mother lode, okay?
Chris says hi. Lean Bear says, watch out for photo bombs from Elon Musk. He probably wants your minerals. Well, he's going to have to buy the land from me if he wants my minerals. And he's not going to get it for less than $20 billion. I'm not selling.
I think you're right, Matt. And guys, if you haven't already, subscribe to Lean Bear. He's got a fantastic channel and excellent audio engineer, producer, and songwriter. And he's got some great content. So subscribe to Lean Bear. Thank you so much.
Ninja Koala guarantees you get cold in certain places that we can't mention. And William Allen says, hello from Coloma, Michigan.
Wow. Michigan.
Nota says, enjoying your time in South Carolina.
Wow. Awesome, guys.
Extrex, can you say my name?
Extracts. Is it extracts?
T-R-E-X.
T-R-E-X.
Extrex.
Extracts.
Timmy Turner says, good advice. Chris Blackburn says, bananas have radiation. If I eat too many, will I die?
I didn't know that.
Well, I suppose if you eat too many, you'll die anyway, because if you eat too much of anything, it's not good.
Exactly.
Always everything in moderation.
All right, guys, let's see if there's even just the slightest amount of gold in here. Like I said, I don't know. But where you don't find gold, which is, we have absolutely nothing in this pan for all our work.
Yeah.
Where you don't find gold,
I'm not surprised, though.
it narrows down where you are going to find gold. And that's exactly where we're going to head down to now.
Okay.
So what we'll do, I'm going to go ahead and gather my stuff here. I'm going to gather my bag, and we're going to get up. We're going to try and find some gold.
Vanessa Croker says she's excited to see how much gold you get. Lane Outdoors says hello from Louisiana.
Hello.
William Allen says he's subscribed. Thanks, William.
Thank
Chris
you,
Blackburn says yes, bananas have small amounts of radiation.
Oh, wow. Didn't realize.
Grigori Almine says hello, watching from the Philippines.
Ah, fantastic. Got some excellent people in here today. Thank you so much. Thank you. Don't you fall. I'm so worried about you falling.
I can balance on the back of a screaming fast horse. I don't think this creek's going to kill me. You're the one who needs to worry about
And
falling.
she's not kidding, guys. She has a great channel where she does horse riding and excellent equestrian information and knowledge base. So, Nervous Rider, guys. Subscribe to Nervous Rider.
Jacob Gibson says hi, you are amazing.
Thank you, Jacob Gibson. Well, you're amazing for being here, my friend.
Master X says go to sleep for Filipinos as it's morning MB love alert. Oh, I don't know.
Oh. Okay, so we've got people from the Philippines, all over the world. And thank you all so much for being here. I really do appreciate and value you all coming in today.
And keep the likes up. You've got 104 likes at this point, so
Wow,
that's good.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so we're going to head that way. Thank you.
Just remember there's a big dip again just over here.
Okay.
Yep, so down he goes.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, one thing before we move on, guys, what you want to have a look for too is in the creek sometimes your vegetation changes. You come up across stuff like this. Come here, Pen. We got bulrushes. We got what we call in back in the States in North Carolina, we call them cattywampus or cattails. Sometimes you can pull these things up because they like to grow in highly mineralized spots. That means a lot of your iron deposits can be growing here, so that means your heavy stuff is growing here. So always check these little spots here too. We'll come back to that later. We're going to go back now over here.
Mark Grosh says, hey from Louisiana French Quarters, New Orleans.
How are you?
And Benny Fritz says, did I miss the whole show?
Oh, we're still rocking on.
Jacob Gibson says, I've just subscribed. Thank you, Jason. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And please hit the like button.
Thank you guys so much.
As a matter of fact, that little spot there, where that waterfall is,
You think there's going to be some down there?
underneath it, I bet you any money, you go underneath that middle part there.
It's the middle part here.
No, the step. See how it steps up
Step there.
there
Yeah.
at the back. See how it's curling around through the back. No. On the second level. Yep, that's it.
Just over there. Yeah.
And see at the back of there's a little section that goes up and under,
Oh, I see. Okay.
and it's a crevice that's up and under.
I think you might be right about it.
And
because-
what that is a backwash.
Okay.
So when it's going super fast, what happens when that's all covered, which it would have been earlier this morning, the river's going down now. I was up at 6 a.m. and it was very full. So when you get a backwash there, if that comes right over there, it'll push anything heavy backwards. So you may get something in there.
Yep.
You might not, but that would be a little crevice that would be worth possibly looking into.
Yeah.
And then if you don't, then you know it's not fast enough to produce the, at the moment the creek's not fast enough to produce the backwash that you need to get it in there.
Very good. All right. If you want to even, you can come along over here where it's nice and flat. Have it sit on that grass. I think it's pretty dry. Or you can put my jacket down if you want.
It's all right. I'll just sit like that. It's a good view, actually.
All right. And so you know something, you're actually right because it's
Talk loud.
You see how that water down here is getting a bit dirty? See that? You see that sediment? And that water's turning a bit brown? So that tells me the Nervous Rider might be onto something. But what we got to do is we got to take out these bits of bedrock that have flushed down there recently and get them out of the way so we can get this sucker all the way down into that crevice and we can start pulling out the material. We want to check also, because sometimes you never know, you could be pulling out a nugget. I'm not saying that you will.
William Allen asks this question: what type of materials do you have at your feet, such as clay, sand, pebbles, etc.?
We certainly have all those things that you said, so yeah, that's good. But we also have here, have a look at this stuff here. This stuff here, and you guessed it, it's moss. This green stuff is all moss. And what moss does, it's actually a natural gold catcher. So if I took all this stuff here and ripped it off this bedrock, this moss, you could guarantee there's going to be a little bit of gold in that. But because I'm such a sook, I think I don't want to hurt the moss. I like the moss. Moss, it's like a friendly animal to me that I don't want to hurt, you know. So I'm going to leave the moss where it is. I want it to grow. And maybe one day, if it gets so large, I might just pull it off of there and transplant it somewhere else. But always check your moss. But all those are good points that you come up with. Thank you so much.
Meluno Mecskectopotamus says, please don't hurt the moss.
Don't hurt the moss. That's right.
REOJH says, hi.
Hello. How are you? Thank you for tuning in. That's right. I don't want to hurt the moss, so we're not going to hurt the moss. What we're going to go ahead and do...
You have to talk a little louder. It's
we're going to
really
go ahead.
loud.
Yeah. We're going to go ahead and get our gold sucker down into that crack just down here. And we're going to do like this. So if you can just follow with the camera there whenever I put it into the pit. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And that water looks pretty dirty, so that's actually a good sign. If you're getting clean water coming out, that tells you two things. Number one, you might have already gotten everything out of that hole. But if the water's not dirty, number two is that you're not getting enough sediment washing down there to catch anything. But by the sounds of it and by the looks of it, there just might be a little bit of something in there. Now we can't guarantee. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to come along and get everything out of this little crack. Possibly can. Get it into our pan. Just like that.
Someone from Korea says hi.
Hello. Thank you for tuning in.
감사합니다.
감사합니다. 감사합니다. Hello.
24473TD says hi.
Hi.
Alex says, what are you doing?
I'm going to try to get some gold today.
Hunting for gold.
Hunting for gold.
Possibly diamonds
Yep,
or other precious stones as well.
that's right. Okay, guys, so we got our little pan here. We're going to take the top off there. You have a look inside. And this is one of the unfortunate things that happens when you're looking for gold. Sometimes little critters, like this little worm here, they like to hide in bedrock because they eat the clay, they eat the dirt, and they help the terra firma and that sort of stuff. So we're going to get a little home for him. We're going to stick him back in there, and we're going to get him a new place to be. We're going to put him in the dirt. You want to be conscientious of little friends like this because they help things. They help the soils, and they help us along in daily life. So we're going to go ahead and come over here on this bank. Find a nice little spot on the beach.
Jose says hello from the Golden State of California.
Hello. Hello, Jose.
Tampa Carlos says, are you in America? Thomas Rivera says, where are you? That is daylight, Australia. Demon Raptor says, the worm is hiding gold. Don't let it deceive you.
Okay.
Outdoor Chris says hi.
Hello.
Milano Mecatopotamus says, this guy likes nature. I like that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Alex Mansell says, where are you? Kathy Hanley says, hello from Florida.
Hi.
Ragu says, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania here. Alex says, have you found any gold?
We found a little bit today, but what we want to do is we want to find out where the most of it's going to be sitting. So we got to come along and
Greg from
pick
Minnesota.
some areas.
Gina
Greg.
Raven says hi.
Hello.
Basil Mahmood says hi. Linda Fordham says
Hi.
Alabama here.
Hi everybody, Alabama, awesome. Okay guys, so we got the pan sitting here. So what we want to do is a lot of the time when you're working on bedrock, what you have to be mindful of is bedrock has a lot of clay sometimes. So you want to take, sometimes with your pan just like this, like I'm doing, grind up the clays, because what that does is it does two things. Liquefaction, and it liberates the gold. It breaks up and it grinds up those clays and it liberates the gold. Liquefaction, liberation. Okay? You'll see that water is going to be turning more red, more dirty as we grind up. Okay? Make sure you dip your hands.
Your battery's going.
Huh?
Your battery's going.
Okay, I'm going to hook it up to the pack. Hang on. We gotta get our battery pack hooked up, guys. We're losing power.
The sweaty Indian guy from One Live Up says hi, Asian.
Hello, sweaty Indian guy.
Demon Raptor says gold, big gold, big gold, come on.
Yes, let's hope so. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pop this into the base of that. And we're gonna go ahead and just let me know if it turns it on.
Not yet.
I'm gonna push the button.
Yeah.
All right.
I want to know how the hell you're able to get such good internet and I can't.
I'm not sure about that.
I walk through here and I get nothing.
I have no idea.
It's strange.
Alrighty. Okay. Let's take our pan.
Troy Key says good luck.
Thank you so much.
Hope Eureka. Skazer says hi.
Thank you. Hi. How are
Josh
you?
says where are you panning? In a creek.
We're on some bedrock, so we're doing something called crevicing. Thank you for the question.
Mine's been gone, says sending luck through the phone.
Ah, well, thank you. Now you want to have your pan ideally under the water here.
And remember guys to like the stream and subscribe. We've got 342 people in here and only 125 likes. It costs you nothing to be kind and give a like.
Thank you.
Also, make sure you're watching any adverts that come along, watch them right through, as that does help him be able to maintain his ability to be able to continue to do this kind of thing.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to get the tip off there a little bit. We'll bring it back into the pan.
Angela Winters says, why are you not saying where you are? Because we don't want to cause another gold rush. There was one here about 140 years ago. We don't need another one. And I pretty much don't want 10 million people swamping on my horse paddocks.
That's right. Okay, everyone. So we're going to go ahead and do the reveal on this pan. Now, like I said, I can't guarantee there's going to be any gold at all. But we've taken what's called a hypothesis. Our hypothesis is because this is a low pressure zone coming off a high pressure zone. And case in point, if we look down here, we have the water rushing into the high point, but we also have it slowing down over here. So the hope is it's washed some gold just down into that crack. So we're going to head and reveal and see what we got. There is
Nothing?
not a speck of gold in that.
What about your top layer?
Nothing in that either.
Oh,
So
there you
just goes
go.
to show you, folks, you can have all the right intent, all the right knowledge, and you still won't wind up with gold. What it is it just might simply be that the flow is far too high in this area once the water gets going for gold to settle out. But we're going to go a little bit further downstream now, and I think we're going to wind up with a bit of gold in this pan this time. Stick around.
William Allen says, the moss reminds me when I was young, we had a large patch of it under a magnolia tree. I used to take a nap on it. I love that stuff.
Oh, that's beautiful. So let's have a look at that beautiful moss then.
John Edwards says, my 3 ex-wives found gold.
Wow. They seem to be very lucky with the gold. So who is about the moss?
That was William Allen.
William Allen, this is for you, my friend. Let's give a bit of a long while, and let's get some nice, beautiful footage of that moss for William.
Joseph Garrett says, hello from Florida, good luck. Steve Loftus says, where are you panning at? Brian Service says hi. Maluna McScratchmo says, get it. Fiery Latina says hi, you're back at it again.
Back at it again.
Troy Key says, so the gold don't pay.
Sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't.
And then he says he's just kidding. Angela Winter says, haha, but USA, right? Well, it depends on if it's daylight in the USA as to whether or not. Is it night time there? Because it's not night time here. So if it's night time in the United States, it's definitely not the United States where we're at.
That's right.
But Australia's got places where they find a lot of gold. Not uncommon to find more than $1,200 more than $1,200 in a week. Yeah, if you're in certain places, you're absolutely right about that.
That's right.
And especially if they're untouched and haven't already been mined. This has already been mined 150 years ago.
That's right.
As a matter of fact, the house is 130 years old.
Absolutely.
It's most likely got gold sitting in the stumps.
Sure. You need to think.
No, I'm good.
I'll blow my nose. Okay, guys, so just in a moment, we're going to go a little bit further downstream. And my educated guess, or my hypothesis is that because we're going to be out of the direct stream, or the direct flow of the stream, we might be coming up with a little bit better stuff. So stick around, everyone. Okay,
So they say Australia. Yes, Australia. That does look like a good pocket, though.
It does. It certainly does.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. A lot of people, I mean, we all do this. And for all intents and purposes, there might still be gold down here. But we got to kind of move along. But we can all have the best hypothesis or the best guess about where the gold's going to be, and it won't be there. Conversely, or on the other hand, we can look in places where we think it's not ever going to be, and you'll have the biggest deposit of gold possible. That's just how it works. Gold is where you find it. Okay, guys, let's move on. Okay, we gotta go from there.
So you've got people saying they're from Western Australia. Hello, Governor. Hello, Governor.
Hello.
Detect.
Thank you so much.
Gold detected. Troy Key says gold detected. Stephen Loftus says, hang on a second. Wait, Stephen's going to have to wait. Otherwise, Stephen's comment's going to go in a creek bed. Which isn't good. Just worry about you. I'm fine. I'm up on the safe zone.
All right, everybody.
So.
All right. Now this is a big, nice, quiet, low pressure zone we're in.
Yep.
It's a very encouraging looking place because it is so quiet. It's kind of like where everything, it's like a dumping spot, right? We have over here with the camera, is here we have a nice high pressure zone where the mouth is opening up just right here. It's like this. And what's happening is whatever gold or lead or ironstone or iron or bits of nails or anything is all going to be dumping out probably within this first little section here. You see all this down here? So all this stuff here is suspect for gold. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to come along, take our pen, just like that. We want to take take our yabby pump, get the water out of it, and we want to sample a few things. So what we want to do, we want to sample right at the mouth of this opening, just down here. But before we go sticking our thing down there, we need to put our hand down there to feel around for a pocket where there might be some silt that's falling out.
So you have S Racer says, do you use a metal detector?
Very rarely. I'll tell you what the best gold detector in the world is. It's this thing right here. This thing will never fail you for looking for gold. You can be in the most remote place in the world and you can have a GPZ 7000 or 6000 or whatever. You can have all these big expensive machines, but I'll tell you something right now. Those things are not always going to find you gold. If you are in a gold-bearing area, this thing will always find you gold, okay?
You get John Thompson says, nice education on gold mining from South Carolina.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Mind Begone says, I like that gold is where you find it.
Gold is where you find it.
Troy Key says, gold detector under your house. Stephen Loftus, you might very well be doing that very soon.
Yep.
Jeffrey Wilson's like the best guy. Stephen Loftus says, Jeffrey Wilson is like the best guy I can tell you how to find gold. He's written all kinds of books. He does all kinds of videos.
Fantastic.
But where's Jeffrey Wilson though? Is he in Australia or is he in America? See, it's different where you go.
Jeffrey Wilson or Jeff Williams?
I don't know yet. Finding gold is hard work and yeah, you're going to get wet. Yeah, that's right.
That's right, Jeff Williams. You're going to get wet. I didn't
Lane
say
McKinnon
that. That's
says
his
hi.
That doesn't belong to me. That's his catchphrase. But I'm definitely getting
Kevin Morris says, what are you looking for? Gold? Yep. Stephen Loftus says, you need a vacuum tube. It's a white pipe that you stick in the ground and suck up some of the ground and do your little checks under the water.
That's right. Absolutely.
That's called a dredge.
Yep.
And it's illegal in Australia to use a dredge. Not allowed to use one.
Okay, so I found a bit of a silt layer down here, so we're going to go ahead and...
Troy Key says crocodile. Not where we're, not here. They're up in North Queensland, crocodiles. Florida Tedder says, aren't you afraid you are going to be putting your hand, when you're putting your hands in there? Going to get...
Sometimes.
Get bit putting your hands in there.
Sometimes you get leeches. Oh, give me a minute.
Stephen Loftus says, should be really good at identifying your snakes around you, make money at gathering snakes. Oh, there's plenty of snakes around here. I nearly tread on them all the time. There's brown snakes, black snakes, red belly black snakes, yellow belly black snakes, tiger snakes. We get all of them. And they do come to this area and they do come down to the water's edge. So you do have to, in summer in particular, you really have to be careful.
Yep. Now have a look at the color in that pipe. The pan. You see all this stuff here? This is really hardcore clay. And it doesn't look nice to me because it's got this milky white appearance. What I'm really looking for is something that's either looking yellow or looking reddish or looking black. Because in my experience, this clay here, this stuff is your enemy. Because what this is, that can wash gold out of your pan. It can carry gold directly out of your pan. But, here's the crazy thing. You can't always rely on your past experiences to give you everything all the time, exactly the same way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that little bit there, I'm going to grind it up with my hands, or even actually grind it up in the pan here. And I'm going to see if there's anything falling out on that clay, or in that clay.
And that's why you use a trommel, because clay gets broken up better in a trommel.
Exactly. And also in a ball mill or a rod mill or something like that.
Benjamin Palmer says, doing some Texas noodling. Ancient Gamer says, he's wearing his Australian-proof armour. Lynn Beth says, surprised Australia doesn't have mini crocs. Yeah, I'm surprised we don't either.
Yep.
We probably do. What we do get along this creek bed, though, if anyone's interested in other things besides gold, is we do get often echidnas, get a lot of kangaroos, wombats.
Okay, well, here's just a case where I'm right. We didn't get any gold in this stuff because it's really not the right color. Milky white clay is, it hasn't got a lot of iron oxides or things like that pushing down, or, you know, it doesn't look good to me, so I'm going to stop working that stuff. So I'm going to come along a little bit further over here. And what I'm looking for is some really dark colored clay, or reddish colored clay, or other sediments.
Yeah. Solid Tank says, eastern brown snake. Yeah, we get eastern brown snakes.
That's right.
Jerry Cream says, all crocs are up north to the point where you shouldn't go in the water up Queensland coast. Yes, and that's true. And also in Darwin and Northern Territory. There's a lot of saltwater and freshwater crocodiles. Fiery Latina says, got to go bye, have fun, see you later.
Bye-bye. Thanks for coming in today. Thanks for stopping by.
Stephen Loftus says he's going to sink his pants. Yeah, if you go any deeper, you might. Might be like the Titanic disaster.
It might be. Might very well be. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch gears here for a little bit. I'm going to start using my pick because there's quite a lot of material down here. But we're just going to go hell for leather. We're going to fill this pan and we're going to try and go as quickly as we possibly can because I want to see what's been flushing down here. I'm really interested in seeing what's actually coming out of here. So,
Mama Gon said, have you ever found a big nugget?
have I ever found a big nugget? No, I have not. I have definitely
But you
not.
did find one in the shape of Australia, didn't
I
you?
certainly did. In my pan, I found this picker that is about probably that big. It was a nugget to me, but it was a picker, but it looked like Australia.
It was
so
a map of Australia.
pretty lucky.
Solid gold map of Australia. What kinds of predatory birds do you have in this area? Predatory birds, butcher birds, magpies. Pretty much all the birds are predatory. We get eagles, kites, and kookaburras.
Stuff. Kookaburras, yep. I've seen
Australian miners. Yeah, bush turkeys. Bin birds. There's bin birds that America calls them bin birds, those grey things. We call them ibises. All of them fly. Yeah, pretty much every bird that flies is... Well, the parrots don't really eat meat. We get a lot of parrots too. King parrots and cockatoos. Major Mitchell cockatoos. Coriellas. Budgerigars. Rosellas. Eastern lorikeet. There's a lot of bird life. A lot of nature here. Don't have to go far from big cities and you can find a lot of nature that you'll never see in town.
Not easy doing this. It's fun. I enjoy it.
It's Australia. You've got to watch out for Big Bird from Sesame Street off out.
Yeah, you definitely do.
I think Big Bird wouldn't really like it out here. I think Big Bird's feet would be doing very well this way. Binman's Bakery says the cinematographer host is doing an excellent job.
She most definitely is.
Thank you. You can hire me to do people's weddings as well. I'm good at doing that. You want to learn how to train horses? Ask me. Want to learn how to ride horses? Ask me.
Our channel is Nervous Rider. So guys, subscribe.
I also can build. I build everything. I build deckings. I build buildings. I do a lot of stuff.
Absolutely. Master builder.
And usually when we're building, he's the one who has to take my orders. I take orders now that he's doing this because I don't want to get cold. I don't want to get in the river. Has gold been found in that water before? Yes, yes. And will continue to do so. Even if he clears this out now, in 6 months' time, there'll be gold everywhere again. It will constantly come because we're in a valley. So when you're in a valley, as long as there's gold-bearing land up the tops of those valleys, it'll all wash down and it all comes down around here.
That's right. Absolutely.
Hi, Rach. How you doing?
Hey, Rachel.
Please subscribe to the new Pirate Lord.
Yes, guys.
As a matter of fact, can I make her a moderator so you can...
We can, yes. Hey, Rachel. How you going?
So
guys, as Nervous Rider just said, we have the new Pirate Lord in the house. And if you guys wouldn't mind, everybody subscribe to the new Pirate Lord. Got some excellent content, wonderful commentary, excellent gamer. Let's give her some help. She wants to be able to live stream, so let's give her as many subscribers as we possibly can. Thank you guys so much. That's the new Pirate Lord, one word.
do you ever find... John Thompson asked a good question here. Do you ever find megalodon teeth while gold mining?
No.
But what did we find?
We found
Coins that were ancient coins. We found an arrow that was an ancient Aboriginal artifact.
Yep.
What else have we found?
Found a whole bunch of other stuff. Found, I think one time I found one of those little, it's like somebody tried to make a box out of a rock, or actually, just fashion it into this diamond looking thing. It's crazy. So yeah, a lot of artifacts, a lot of whole bunch of other stuff. It's really difficult to do this. I need like a stand.
Haramayak says, seeking for gold. Yes, seeking for gold, that's for sure. Skazer says hi again. I remember he was saying hi earlier, he or she. William Allen says, what are your names? Ronald, do you want to say your name?
Huh?
William Allen says, what's your name?
My name's Josh.
Okay.
No last name.
No.
That was immaculate consent.
And my name's Angie, which he already said my name earlier. So if I wanted to have been anonymous, I couldn't have been anyway. It's all good. John Thompson says that's really cool. Freddie Marsha says hi. Yo Boy says, how much gold do you have? I think he means like all together. How much gold do you have? I'm assuming you mean all together, Yo Boy.
Yeah. Well, it's probably over the last... And you got to remember, doing this stuff when you're learning, you start out with a little tiny bit, but then you work your way up. So probably in the last 10 years, probably 21 grams, I think, all up.
Yeah.
But that's just me learning, So we're out here today. I just lost my pan again. We're out here today trying to get as much more as we possibly can, but I know so much more now, So
Paramount K says, you don't think there's any gold there. I believe it's just basalt rocks and the water is not deep or clear. There is basalt here. You're absolutely right about that. It's rich in basalt, the soils around here. But this is, these rocks over here are shale. So they're shale rocks. So they're bedrock. But you're absolutely right about the red basalt soil. And it's rich. It's good for rich farming land and things like that. You get a lot of iron in it. That's why it's red. So you're absolutely right about that. Amit Verma says, how do you evaluate the sand for gold?
How do I what, sorry?
Evaluate the sand for gold.
So I'll show you something. That's a very good question. So I'm going to come right on over to you guys and show you. What you want to look for is, now before I get into what you're going to look for, what you want to do first and foremost is, do a bit of research in your area and find out, number one, if historically there is gold to have been found in the area. Because if it's not a gold producing area, your likelihood of finding gold is not going to be very good. Now I say that with kind of a two-way street there. Sometimes there are people who will pan in the area that's never been known to produce gold, and they'll find gold. So don't always just assume that if an area doesn't have gold, that there's not going to be gold. But your best chance of finding gold is finding gold in an area that there has been known to produce gold. So that's number one. Let's get that out of the way. Number two, what you want to do to find gold is come into your easiest way to find gold is doing what I'm doing here. We're out here sniping for gold today. We're on bedrock that's in a gold producing area that continuously produces gold. Either it's being residual gold coming off the load gold, and it's continually washing down through here and replenishing every time it rains, every time we get a flood. So that's number two. You want to look on bedrock. Bedrock is going to be easiest gold. So we've got gold bearing area, bedrock. Number three is coming back to your question, which is what do you want to be seeing in your pan? First of all, what you want to be seeing in your pan is broken up bits of bedrock, because decaying bedrock, broken up bits of bedrock is always a good sign, because what happens with gold and bedrock? Well, gold will come down through a stream and it will get caught in these little tiny sheaves of pinch points of the bedrock like this. It'll get sandwiched in between that bedrock and it'll get stuck as the water flows over it, just like if you're using a sluice. The riffles in the sluice are the same action as it happens on bedrock. And what happens is when bedrock breaks up and it moves down through the water, that will carry the gold along with it too. But you either want to break up bedrock and put it in your pan, you want to mostly have bedrock. Also, the other thing what you want to look for is this. Bits of quartz, because quartz is a good indicator for gold. It doesn't guarantee you gold, but it's a good thing to have in there. Bits of ironstone like this, these little red rocks, heavy things. And I'll tell you a very important secret when you're looking for gold. Look in crevices, but if your crevices have bits of iron in it, always look for things like nails, tacks, shoe tacks, and things like that from 100 years ago. All of those things are going to tell you that the heavy stuff is dropping out in that riffle. So look for nails, look for bolts.
Bullets. Old bullets,
well.
lead shell.
Lead shot, and also lead. If you've got lead, remember lead travels with gold. Okay,
Paramyoko says, I'm searching for gold on land, not in water. I've been involved in this work for about 10 years. I've found a few gold coins, but I've never tried that method. That's good. We'll give it a go. You can also pan on dry land too. You don't have to have water to pan. You can pan with dirt and nothing else. You can still get gold.
Exactly.
George Franco says, hello, I'm very interested in doing what you guys do. Is there a certain kind of starter kit that you could recommend? Pretty much what you're holding.
The best thing to use is exactly what Nervous Rider just said. If you've got yourself a gold pan, that's going to be your absolute best gold detector.
And that's the gold panning kit that you get an entire kit that gives you your pans, your classifier, 3 pans, and it's Garrett Super Sluice is what he uses.
Exactly.
But you can buy a cheaper gold pan. But what you might find is if you buy the cheaper ones, they don't have the riffles that are wide enough and thick enough for you to be able to easily get your gold in. Because if you can buy them, they've got a smaller and they're not as deep in the riffles. So you can lose your gold, especially when you're learning. Once you've learned, you'll be able to do it with any pan.
That's right.
But that's a good starter pan.
Absolutely. We're going to quickly check this one. I'm not sure if there's going to be anything in here, but I want to see if that little bit of sediment just at the mouth there was holding anything. I don't think it is, but you never know.
And guys, keep those thumbs up coming. We're at 197. Who's going to push us over the 200 mark?
Okay. Got nothing in that.
Keep those thumbs up happening and keep the subscriptions. We got 198. Good job.
Fantastic. Thank you guys so much. And the new Pirate Lord, Rachel, just make sure you're commenting every now and again so we can get your subscribers up.
She's probably trying to contact me because she probably wants to come and karaoke.
Cool.
All
right, we're going to come in here behind the first riffle.
The Solid Tank says the hardest part is finding land which you can gold prospect on. It can be, but there are lots of places you can prospect without even having to worry about owning it. You can go underneath a bridge and prospect. And pretty much prospect anywhere that's public land. They can't do anything to you unless you start digging.
Yeah.
If you don't dig and you're just on the surface level, they can't stop you.
Yep.
You can go under a bridge, creek, anything.
That's
Yeah.
right. So now, guys, do you remember earlier when we had that pan that was full of, you're saying everything right? Yes, you're absolutely right. Over there, we had this really whitish looking clay, and the pan was looking milky white.
My hands.
Now things are looking a bit darker. This is a good sign. So I'm going to hopefully be able to pull in, get more of this material. We might.
Salt Tank said, here in Florida there isn't any gold. There would be gold, you probably just don't know where. But if you watch this channel, you'll probably figure out where the gold is. There's gold everywhere on the planet. It's just concentrated more in different places.
Right.
But it definitely is everywhere. George Franco said, thank you for talking about the pan.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Kenneth Glass said, have you had much luck?
Well, what we're doing is we're moving towards the luck, but we have to test and we've got to sample, because where we've historically found gold is not always going to be a good indicator of where to find it next. What we need to do is we've got to come along and sample to find out where the best stuff is.
William Allen said, I think you should try along the edge behind you, just a hunch.
Do you reckon? Just
Behind you.
That's a good spot.
Yeah. And that is a good spot because you can see where it goes under, and there's a curve underneath there. So that's absolutely correct.
Yep, okay.
And probably a good chance of getting something there. Paramaya says, one way or another, I think it's a difficult job and it requires patience. Indeed, it does. It's not a get-rich-quick thing unless you're a mining company and you've got an awful lot of big equipment and you can dig and blow up the ground and do all that. It is definitely, you've got to love it or don't bother. If you don't love it, don't do it. You'll get sick of it real quick.
Exactly. Okay.
Dan, the man, says, what's your thoughts on looking for gold in black sand around Lake Michigan?
I wouldn't have a clue about Lake Michigan.
But it would be the same principle with black sand. If there's black sand, there's a good chance you're going to find something.
That's right. Absolutely.
John Batter said, hi. Len Bear said, there's lots of gold at Mar-a-Lago.
Mar-a-Lago. Okay.
Ah,
Cool. Didn't know that.
where is Mar-a-Lago? I've never heard of Mar-a-Lago.
Sure, exactly.
Dancer Man said, okay. But black sand doesn't always mean you're going to get gold either.
No, that's right.
It's a good indicator. But I've actually found gold just walking along. Do you remember that time I found that gold just walking in the ripples? I said to him, there's gold there. He said, no, it's not gold. And I said, yes, it is. And then he looked in there and there it was, just sitting out in the daylight. I was absolutely crazy about it. I was like, my God, I found it. I didn't even have to dig or do anything. I just walked along and there it was.
That's right. It's a good day.
Troy Key said, Trump's gold. Yeah, he's probably got quite a bit of gold. Thank you guys for putting those extra likes. We're now at 208. Let's push a bit further and see if we can reach 220.
Fantastic. Thank you guys so much.
William Allen says, I found some near South Haven, Michigan. Oh, okay. Michigan's a beautiful place.
Wow.
Lean Bear says Trump's Palace. Yeah, that would be a good place to find some gold.
Good idea.
Also inside the vaults at the Commonwealth Bank. Be another good place to find gold.
Right.
Yes, we're in Australia. Yeah, it's pretty obvious with the bush and stuff. It's gum trees and things like that. They're pretty distinctive. Australian flora and fauna is very distinctive. So he's going to get the big bits off that pan there. Working like a washing machine.
All right. Now, hopefully, someone's guest on this hit channel. I can't remember who suggested it, but hopefully they're right. Off the tip of that.
It was William Allen who said that. Yeah.
William Allen. Thank you so much, William Allen.
Jacob Four-Wheeling says, can he please have a shout out?
Who is it?
Jacob Four-Wheeling.
Jacob Four-Wheeling. Just mind your head. Don't fall off your four.
Oh, you like quad bikes?
Yeah.
Well, you and Sound Acres has a lot in common. He loves quad bikes too.
That's excellent. Okay, guys, let's see if we've got anything
Right.
in this pan. I think we might be getting a little bit closer to what we're sort of looking at, but you never know. Okay, there's gold in the pan.
Okay, so that was a very good suggestion. Thank you very much, William
Very
Allen.
good. All right, so we got, I don't know if you're able to zoom in on here, but just up in the very top there, got a nice little wiry piece.
Hang on, let me get up.
Just
Oh yeah, I
right
see
there.
it. That sticks out like dog's balls. Okay, there we go.
Nice little wiry piece just up there.
Yeah, that's it. That little bit there. Doesn't look gold on the camera, but it is definitely gold.
Yep, and so we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull down some of this stuff. I'm going to try and tap out a little bit of this.
So if there's one, there's a good chance there's a bit more.
That's right. Get rid of a little bit more of this material in the pan.
Lucifer Crosby says, give the pan a tap.
Good idea. And thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and give it a tap and a shake, and we're going to pull this down and see if there's anything else in there. That was a good suggestion, though. And it's definitely wound us up with some gold. How much, we'll find out presently. Okay, we got that nice little wiry bit just there. And we'll see if there's any more down over here on the other side. I think
That's it, yeah. That's the only piece you got.
Oh, actually, there was two pieces there.
Where's the
You
other
got
one?
this nice little. That's the wiry bit, and the other bit is actually flown down
I think that's it. Oh.
further down there. So, all right.
So-
So, what does this say? Say to us. This says that spot over there definitely has gold in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on that area. But I need to grab my snuffer bottle out of that pack there.
Oh, is it in the top or the
I
front
think
or
it's just on the side.
on the side? There's your... On the side. Are you sure
Actually,
it's
I
on the
think it's in my
side?
coat. Yeah.
Oh,
it's in my coat.
okay. Hold on. Hold on. Yep,
All right,
it
so
is
we have
in the coat, I think. Hang
certainly
on,
found
is it?
gold.
Hold on. I can't find it. Which pocket would it be in? Is it zipped in?
Probably just that one there, yeah.
Oh, yep, that's where it is.
Good job.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to take that little bit and we're going to suck it up in our snuffer bottle. Thank you so much.
I probably shouldn't have said that, Ling Bear.
It's all right.
But,
I'm going to get that sucked up there.
it's an Australian term that we use.
All right. So we found gold. So we're going to go ahead, get back on it.
Breeder One says YouTube is your actual gold.
Yeah, I think so. You guys are golden. Thank you. All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and keep going. That little spot. Back here. I'm going to sit down and do this. Oh, that's good.
I think you're just giving yourself a shower by the looks of it now.
I need to fix this damn thing. Shouldn't be doing that. That's okay.
Lucifer Crosby says, if you tap the top of the pan, it will cause rocks to fall and gold to the ridge of the pan.
Good
Yep,
idea.
that is true. It is
Very
definitely
cool.
true. Honor, someone from Russia says, I want work one day.
Oh, wow.
Yep. William Allen says, I have a really good design for a pump like you were using, a better design in my opinion. Oh, you'll have to show us. Have you put it up on, can you put it on your channel, William? That'd be cool. State, Honor, I don't know who it is, but Honor
and then something in Russian or Greek or something, I don't know what, says the state. State is the state of being. That's the state we're in. State of being.
Yep. They're all a state of being.
We're not in Queensland though, so don't worry about crocodiles. We're in a state of being. Lambert says, I love Aussie English.
Awesome.
Australians can be hard to understand depending on where they're from. I do not sound like Australians from the city. I sound like a bush Australian. But some of us just sound like, a lot of them sound like Americans now, do they not?
Yeah, they do.
There's a lot of Australian people now. You go up to talk to them and they've got an American accent and they talk like this. And it's like, oh my God, you're an American. And they're like, no, I'm an Australian. And you're like, no, you're not. You're not. You're speaking in American. Because it's just too many people watch YouTube now and America dominates those kinds of things. So a lot of them have the accent, especially children. Dave Craig says, I live in New Mexico. That would be a nice place. I'm from Ukraine, now live in Florida, truck driver, Honor says. Okay, cool.
Wow.
Cod Fishing 180 says, hello, you be careful. I'm from Victoria, are you guys close? Not too far. Not too far. Someone asks, are we in Alaska? No. If we were, I'd be dead from the cold. No one knows says work hard is a gold. Yes, it is hard. Well, you do have to work hard to get gold. Jacob Four-Wheeling says he lives in China.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Naho malolo.
I don't know.
Elizabeth says, I'm in British Columbia, Canada. Gold in every river. Yeah, there would be. I've heard Canada has a lot of gold, yeah. And very beautiful. Very beautiful. John Thompson says, do you own a donk? Do you mean a donkey? You're talking about donkey or something else? No, there's not a donkey. There's horses. There's miniature horses, but no donkeys. We've got a half a donkey called a hinny. Breeder 1 says from Arkansas. Codfishing 180 said, thought so. S-Racer said, can we put a face with your voice? Trust me, there are nicer things to look at than my head. And gold is a lot better. So let's keep watching that. William Allen says, I think you're a really good sport. He is a very good sport.
Well, you're good.
Getting into things. Wolfman Jackal said, hi. Hi, Wolfman Jackal.
Wolfman Jackal. Cool.
Good, that's a cool name. Patrick the Gravel Monkey, what an awesome name, said hi.
Hello.
Dave Craig says, you're in Queensland. No, we're not in Queensland. I wished I was in Queensland, it would be a bit warmer.
Oh, doggy. Okay.
John Thompson says, guy that protects your gold and drinks Foster's. Foster's? Yep. Does Foster's still exist? I don't even think Foster's even... Do they still have Foster's? Is that still a beer? Tooheys, Foster's? Yeah, it probably is.
I feel like a Tooheys right now.
Or two.
Let me tell you.
I feel like a Milo. and anyone in America, if you guys haven't had Milo, you can actually get Milo now in the United States. It's a drink that Australians drink. You can also buy Vegemite in the United States. Give it a crack and have a go. When Josh first came here, he did not like Vegemite. And no, he had not had Vegemite. Wasn't sure he'd like it. I thought he would hate it. And now he loves Vegemite. He also never had Milo.
Nope.
Tell Americans what Milo and Vegemite's like.
Yep.
Okay, coming in, getting this pan, getting ready.
This water is freezing. Wow.
Misha Boylan says, that's crazy. Debbie says, where are you? Wolfman Jacob says, thanks. Phyllis Harton says hi.
Thank you all.
JCH says hi. John Thompson says, yep, we drink dogfish ale here.
Dogfish ale.
Wolfman Jacob says, Foster's, it's Australian for piss, so I'm told. Well, yeah, back in the day, Foster's was huge back in the day, but it's not really very good beer. I don't think it's a good beer. Tooheys is more popular. William Allen says this will be a good part. Yeah, let's hope so, William. And thank you for suggesting that area.
Yes.
Me being a Mang Bung says, you're being too rough.
Too rough?
Not really.
Sometimes you can be too rough with the pan, but you got to remember that gold is 19 times heavier than water. So, you know, you kind of got to delegate between the sort of materials you got in your pan. If you got a whole bunch of clay and stuff, obviously you want to take your time a little bit more and you want to be a little bit more delicate. But since we haven't got too much clay, we got mostly some pretty heavy stuff in the pan, some ironstone and things like that. It's, you know, you can kind of be a little bit more rougher.
Getting down to the bottom of the pan now, so we'll zoom in there.
And the other part about that is too, whenever you're just testing and sampling, I mean, we're not full-on testing and sampling, but you want to get just a bit of a snapshot. But have a look here. I want you to see something. We do have gold in that pan, but just have a look here. You guys know what this thing is here? Like I was saying before, you want to be panning in areas that's going to give you things like little bits of nail like that. That's a rusted nail. That's going to tell you that the heavy stuff is going to be washing down in the area. Okay, so we're going to pop that back in the pan there, and we're going to tap that down. We're going to give another little tap down. I can already see the gold. So we're going to now do some little sloshes just on the sides there. We're going to work down the middle. We're going to see exactly how much gold is in that pan. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my goodness.
So
okay, this is actually a good
spot.
pan. We got a good pan.
Thanks, William.
Yeah, thank you so much. And we also have a little bit of lead shot there. So this is going to be a pretty good pan. Oh my goodness, look at that. We have probably
And they're actually
6, 7,
feel little
8
chunky little
specks of
bobs
gold
as
there.
well.
That's looking pretty darn impressive to me. It's all coming, slashing out over there. I've got to rough up this pan a little bit. But have a look.
Oh, there's
at
a nice ball there. That little ball up the top there is pretty good.
Yep.
It's getting a bit bigger, a bit more chunky.
You guys can see that?
So let's have a look. And you've got one to the side there, this one.
Just over there.
And there's few little bits
My
and pieces.
goodness.
Oh, look at all the little fine gold. Yeah.
My goodness. Can we see that though on the camera? Just make sure we're looking
yep,
through the camera.
Yep, we can see it, and we can also see this big piece there.
That's lovely. That is lovely.
So that's good.
Fantastic. That's the best pan of the day.
The trouble is this doesn't pick the colour up right.
Yeah,
This doesn't pick the colour up.
Let's see if we can come in the shadows a little bit. Is that a bit better? So we got that little piece there where my finger is. Just over here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's just the light.
5,
the light,
6,
the way
7.
The light is. You might have to get over the actual top of it. You might have to get it over.
It's about 7 or 8 pieces in that pan there. So I got 1, 2.
There we go.
3,
Now you can
4,
see that it's gold.
5,
So
6.
That's
We're going to
that
work
nice
that.
big chunky piece there.
Working it all up to the top
That's
there.
actually got a bit of weight in it.
Yep.
It's taken a long time to manoeuvre.
That's all just sitting right there up
So
there
there
now.
you go.
So beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. Thank you guys so much for the suggestions. We've also even got stuff over here, just on this corner over here. So there's quite a bit in that pan, and that's only a little bit. That's only a little bit of material in that pan. So
yeah, so you got a little bit up
Yeah.
there. Yep. Good
so
job.
that's fantastic. So
So if you imagine if you took that entire bank out and ran that through a trommel, you'd probably get quite a few grams out of that.
absolutely.
Thank you very much, William.
you.
Great job.
Thank you. And since everybody's been so damn good, I'm going to show you what we've got all the time because we've got some new people coming in. They want to see the really big stuff. But first of all, I'm going to suck this stuff up quickly, and then we're going to show you guys what we got all the time with the panning.
David Greer says, hey, don't take the rim of your pan out of the water. I was gold panning instructor for 4 years.
Oh, wow. That's a good suggestion.
William says he pans just as rough as you do.
Ah, good.
Lean Bear says he's never seen Vegemite in Korea except at an Aussie friend's house. Love that stuff. Thin on buttered toast. It's good thin. Yeah, it's nice on toast.
Excellent.
Elizabeth Crosby says beauty. Dave Craig says camera. Sorry, my camera work isn't very good. Mr. Bingham Bung says 34 pounds of shed gold. I know what I see. Mr. Bingham Bung says, Bingham Bung says a bit. Solid Tank says that was very good for one pan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a good indicator
Thank you.
of where you're gonna go. William Allen says, I could be wrong, but I believe you lose some out of the bottom of your pump. Possibly, yes.
Possibly, yeah.
It's possible, very possible. What's the new laws like in Victoria now for gold? Cod fishing 180 says. Oh, wouldn't have a clue.
Would not have a single clue. Yeah. Okay, guys. So just to kind of recap, I really appreciate everyone being here. But we're going to go ahead and show you the all-time gold for the pan. It's been in about probably for the last 2 or 3 weeks. So stick around. We're going to go ahead and pop that pan here. And...
William Allen says, I should send you my pump.
Ah, good idea. Thank you. If you could, please.
Cod Fishing 180 says, I did a bit of gold hunting. Yeah.
Excellent.
And thank you to everyone who's putting the likes up. We're 233. Let's see if we can get to 250. Small goals, a little bit at a time, just like doing gold.
That's right.
It's gradual.
So we want to be, hopefully, having a lot more days, or at least a week, where we're getting...
Yeah, I'll get over the top of the pan because that's where you'll see the actual colour.
just a bit of that, you know. We want days more like this.
You can see the gold there. There it all is.
It's absolutely beautiful. And it's very pure. Some of the purest I've ever actually panned. It's just some of the most beautiful, lovely, very bright sort of gold. So
Yeah.
I'm very proud of it, and
Yeah.
we want to be having a
Done
lot
very
more
well.
like that.
It's like paying off a debt. You do it a little bit at a time before you know it, it's gone.
That's right.
But you're gaining money, not losing it.
Exactly.
So instead of going and getting yourselves all into debt buying silly gadgets, buy a gold pan.
That's right. Thank you. That's a good point.
Would that be like $500, Chris Nitnarks?
I wish. More like $100.
Yeah, probably about 120
Yeah.
for that.
So, all right, now everyone, to recap, we know definitively.
You be careful. Oh God, nearly stacked it. You've got to be careful.
We
You
know-
hit that, you get
we know
hurt.
definitively now that this area is a good low pressure zone. It is a good gold trap, and it is holding gold. The trouble is, because we can't rightly see to the bottom just yet, we have to now look for some easier spots that are going to be. But also, one other thing, I'd love to be out here the entire day, but I'm getting real cold.
Yeah,
My
it
camera
is cold.
person's getting very cold. So we're going to do maybe 2 more pens.
Hands are purple.
Yep, but we're going to wrap it up for the day after that. But I want to thank you all for tuning in today and being here. And just remember, if you're feeling depressed or anything, get yourself a gold pen, get into a gold bearing area, get yourself a gold pick, and bring a friend along with you, guys. And you know, get away from technology for a while. And surely, I can guarantee you, you're going to be feeling better.
Jacob Four-Wheeling said, good job.
Thank you very much.
Wolfman Jackal said, I found gold, silver and other valuables in dumpsters. Yes, you can.
Yes.
And this is the thing. You can find things, all sorts of valuable stuff all over the place. Recycle, recycle, recycle. If you find anything valuable, most of the stuff on this farm is from recycling. And a lot of recycling. And everything, pretty much everything that he makes trommels out of is recycled material. And It's amazing what you can do and accomplish with using next to nothing and having no money.
Exactly. So I'm gonna help our camera girl here back up on the bank.
Don't forget your drink.
We'll come back to the main site. Just make sure we don't get moved.
It's all good, I got it.
I'll take that, and you can take that. And I want you to put that on.
Oh no, I'm right. I'll be right.
Put it on because
It'll
it's
just
very-
encumber me.
No. It'll be fine.
I'm thinking the girls are going to want to come up and do singing at some point.
Sure you will. Okay, put that pack on there. So hang on. Oh, this one. Yeah.
Okay, don't worry. It's going to be raining hard today, later. So that's going to all get washed out.
Just make sure it's your footing, and I'll hold that. I'll got
Okay.
that. Yeah. Just don't trip.
Right, so where am I going?
We're going to be heading that
Up
way.
that
so
way?
just stay on
Okay.
the bank there.
Rightio. The other thing is too, where he's going to walk along, and he'll explain this to you anyway, but you'll notice there's riffles, then there's down, then there's riffles up again, then there's down, there's riffles up again. It's like speed humps, and it's very helpful in trapping gold.
Exactly. Good analogy.
Tato said, was that a MF elf? It could have been, who knows what happens in Australia. If we were in Ireland, you'd say it was a leprechaun. But, yeah.
Always after me, though.
Just be careful. In some of those places, it goes right down. In other places, it's not too bad.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Look what I just went into.
Oh no.
Straight into this bloody thing.
Oh no.
Prickly bush. And you're not going to find any gold in that. You're going to find pain. Pain with nothing getting back from it. At least you're making suffering. You're making something out of your pain and suffering. I'm just colliding with freaking thorn trees like that.
That's okay.
You're about to kill me.
Okay, now, so we might just have to sit down there. A little bit about this area over here. So, what you want to do, have a sit down. That stuff's so nice. Some of the easiest gold that you'll ever find is going to be on exposed bedrock. So what you want to do is you want to find bedrock, and there are many people in the chat, in the comments, they're very knowledgeable about this sort of thing, probably far more knowledgeable than me. But you want to have bedrock. You see how this bedrock is running perpendicular to the creek?
So it goes crossways.
All of this is like a natural riffle in a sluice mat.
Mm-hmm.
So every time you get water rushing over there like this, underneath these little waterfalls, it creates an eddy current or a centrifugal force that shoves and tracks gold up under the riffle.
Speak a little louder.
Up under the riffle. So it
Yeah.
travels, it basically blocks everything up under there. That is, yeah, you get the idea. So what we want to do right now is we want to check in here for something called packed gravels.
Yeah.
Now sometimes you'll get loose gravel that comes flowing in, and that's okay. But if it's not going to be a packed gravel, and what I mean by that is, when you have packed gravel, that means you have big cobbles like this. You want to look for really big rocks like this. And there's another channel that talks a lot about this. It's called Two Toes, excellent gold channel. He's a master at crevicing, master at finding gold. Tune into that channel to learn a lot more about that. But look for packed gravel. Sometimes you can find gold in loose gravel. But if you don't have any gravel down here, the likelihood of you finding gold is not going to be that good, because that means you haven't had a flood scenario to push that amount of material down in there to refill these. If they've been worked previously, oftentimes it's best to just move on from that and move to something where you can get some packed gravels. So we're going to go ahead and take our pick. It's going to come along and see if there's any packed gravels coming out of this, locked in there under this little waterfall. Because remember, we've got a high flow pushing material out. Gold is going to fall out of suspension down under that waterfall and get trapped. It can't go anywhere. That's why if you ever fall down out like Niagara Falls or something, I don't know whoever's fallen down Niagara Falls, but if you get trapped under there, your hope of getting out of Niagara Falls under there is going to be very low, because the force is going to suck you down under that waterfall and you're going to stay there. Same thing, same principle with gold. Waterfalls are very dangerous, whirlpools are dangerous, but they will trap gold. Okay.
Lean Bear said, saw a doco about some guy that made a killing prospecting near a jewelry store in New York City.
Good one, Matt. Good one.
New Money says, watch for the crocodile. Bee-driven equipment said, I saw that, Lean Bear. Lucifer Cosby said, blood gold.
Yep.
Damon said, I just had a seafood boil. Oh. John Thompson said, prickly pear bush. Yes, they're terrible, aren't they? Bee-driven equipment said, saw one about a guy vacuuming up micrometeors too, and it's sort of the same idea. Right.
Wow. Good job.
Lucifer Cosby says, great job, guys. I subscribe.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bee-driven equipment says, I subscribed to Cosby.
Wow.
Jacob Four-wheeling said, got to go. Thanks, Jacob, for
Wow.
watching for so long. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
And guys, we're at 243 thumbs up. We have 278 people watching. Let's push it to 250.
Thank you.
We're doing really well with these little goals of getting up there, and everybody's doing wonderful at contributing.
Thank you. Thank you. Amazing job.
And if you get a chance to watch one of the ads, if you can watch it right through, you will be helping to keep this channel going.
Thank you.
Because otherwise, can't pay the mortgage doesn't get paid, the land gets sold, and there's nothing here to do.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you. All right. So the good news is now we have some gravels in here. I don't know if they're packed that tightly, but it seems pretty tight to me. My hands are freezing. It's hard to dig out. You want material that's going to be hard to excavate from there, because if it's all loose, likelihood you might get some flood gold, but you're not going to get that good of gold.
Crested Keegaz Thomas says, what you doing, gun? And then corrects it to, what are you doing, hun? Getting gold. He's gold panning, crevicing.
Yep.
Chris Chambers says power punch. I think that means like good on you, go, go, go. And Patricia Ferguson says go find a frog. Well, there's lots of frogs here, Patricia. We've got all sorts of frogs. We even we have several of them that actually live around here that come out regularly and know us and are actually friendly frogs.
They definitely are.
And I'll actually sit there and wait for you to come by. And sometimes you can give them a mosquito or something. If you find a bug, they'll take it from you.
That's right.
Joe Blow says gold digger. Yes, he is a gold digger.
I certainly am today.
B-Miss says, are you from Australia? No, he's not from Australia. Lucas says, good luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
William Allen said, I've been watching for a while, but I have not seen a single ad. I think it's when you first come on the channel that they put the ads. That might be why.
Okay.
I
hope I switched on the monetization button when I turned on the screen.
Yeah, it says US dollars up the top.
Oh,
so,
cool. Awesome.
ST4R says, what are you doing?
Looking for gold. SPAR.
Joe Blow says, New Zealand.
Not quite.
New Zealanders don't say fish and chips, they say fush and chops.
Flush
have you been to, Joe Blow says, have you been to the Seven Apostles? No, I want to. You want to go to the Seven Apostles? Do you know what the Seven Apostles
I
are?
have no idea what
They're
that is.
big giant rocks in the ocean,
Ah,
and there's actually not 7 left.
okay.
They're all crumbling now, but back in the day, they were lovely, and they're out in the ocean, and I reckon you'd find gold around them, for sure. For sure, at the base of them in the sand. The beach is another good place to find gold. People don't realise that.
Beach is actually a really good place, yeah. Okay, guys. Now,
Codfish Fishing says, asked you a question. Can you give any advice for someone who's got all equipment but doesn't know how or where to start looking? Good question.
That's actually a fantastic question. And I'm going to come over there to answer it. So you say you've got all the equipment. Now, I can imagine what all the equipment might mean. I think what you might be saying is you've got a detector, you got a gold pan, you got a gold pick, and you got just the whole 9 yards. You got maybe like a trommel, you got a sluice, you got a high banker, you got a shaker table, you've got a dry blower, you've got the whole works. What I suggest you is start off with your humble pan right here, because your pan is going to be your absolute best gold detector ever invented. You got to remember, this thing has found the most gold throughout history. Ever since the dawning of man ever finding gold, it has been the gold pan that has found the absolute most. So, your gold pan is going to be your best friend. Start there. That's a good place to start. Learn how to use it. Watch some more videos.
I think he's asking whereabouts should you start looking? What sort of land and stuff should you be looking for
Good question.
gold
Thanks
on?
for clarifying. So what I mean is, what you want to do, make sure whatever you do, you want a gold pan in an area that is known to carry gold, known to produce gold. Because if you don't, what you'll wind up is, you'll wind up doing all this work and you're not going to find much of anything. So it's always a good idea to go where gold has historically been found before. So that's my pro tip for you.
Mm-hmm. There's other little telltale things too. There's certain geological formations you can look at, and there's also areas that are higher in content, as bends and things are better than being on a straightway. That gold's going to hit a bend a lot more than it's going to hit a straightway. So if you're coming down a straight like this, straight like that, you're not going to get a lot of gold on the sides. But if you hit a bend, which is further down here, where that bend is, the gold's going to smash into that when you've got a big flood, which is what happens here. And it's going to get you, it's going to get to where it builds up in that little area, and you're going to find over the years, it may be actually quite deep by the time you get to it, because the creek changes all the time. This creek, I've been watching it for 10 years, and it changes every single year, depending on what's happening. So some years you're going to find gold in the same spot, and the next year it might change completely, and the gold may go in a different direction.
Yep. So now we're going to try and look through what's been flowing out of here. Now, as always, I can't guarantee there's going to be gold in every single pan, everybody.
Yeah.
This is not a fake channel. I'm not professing to be finding giant gobs of gold and nuggets everywhere. There's a whole lot of fake channels out there that do that kind of crap. This is not one of those. But right away, I can see in the pan we have a little bit of rusted nail or some kind of iron. It's just right here.
Just like the one that was further down.
Yep.
Yep.
This is a good indicator for heavy stuff falling out. So remember, gold is 19 times heavier than water. Your iron is a close second, and then your lead and everything else. Okay, so we're going to tap this down.
Codfishing said, No, he doesn't have anything but the pans only.
Oh, okay. Look up here.
Okay,
All right,
so
we
we've
gold
got,
right away.
yep,
We got
straight
gold
away.
right
And that's quite a big piece. That's probably the biggest piece you found today yet.
yeah, it's a nice
So
little flake.
that's a chunky a bit.
So case in point, guys, that little bit of ironstone, good indicator that there's going to be some gold. All right, we're going to work
I
this
can
down.
see
Oh,
2,
okay,
3.
oh, my goodness.
got lot.
Oh, my
Yep,
God.
you got chunks.
Oh.
Okay. So that's a good spot.
Oh, nice.
You probably want to bring your trommel down there.
Nice. Oh, and that's
Okay,
angular.
Yep, big angular piece.
Beautiful, beautiful angular little piece of gold there.
Yep, and you've got a lot.
Oh, my
actually. There's
goodness.
quite a bit
Oh, wow.
of smaller stuff up
Lovely,
there too.
lovely, beautiful flakes
So-
in behind that little waterfall just over there.
Yeah. And you've also got
How beautiful is that? All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3. We've got a bit of lead here. For those of you wondering what lead looks like, naturally occurring lead. This is it right here. Can we see that?
Yep.
Okay, very good.
Yep.
Very good. Doing a great
also
job.
got a piece over here.
Yep.
Some over there.
So
Just trying to
very nice.
show the colour.
Very, very nice
Where's
stuff.
the colour? It's not showing the colour. There's the big flake there.
Yep.
And
it's
there's a smaller flake
yep,
there.
just one
It's
here.
like a dog bone.
Yep, dog bone. We got a nice little airplane there. It's like a paper
moth,
airplane.
Yeah. Or paper airplane, yep.
So the other thing is, guys, now I want to talk about this a minute before I suck this up into the bottle. Whenever you're panning for gold, what the ultimate goal is not simply that you want to be finding the gold. You want to be paying attention to what it looks like. And what I mean by that is this little piece here, this little angular piece there, you want to pay attention to that, because the more angular the gold, what that's telling me is this is not very far away from the source of the gold at all. Because it's jagged, it's angular. That means it hasn't been having to tumble along through the river over a number of years to get to the point where it's nice and rounded.
It's fairly new gold.
Very chunky new deposit that's broken off of the lode gold off of the reef.
Yeah.
So this is what you want to really be paying attention to whenever you're
Guys,
panning.
keep on coming with those thumbs up. Let's get to 300 before he finishes. If we can. We've got 291 people in here watching now. If you haven't pressed the like button, please do so. And please do subscribe to see more gold coming out of the creek.
Yes, thank you. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pull this into the snuffer bottle.
SA Flip 969 said, great find, thumbs up.
Terrific.
William
Thank
Allen
you.
says you should try about the width of your pan further to the right from the camera perspective.
Further to the right, what do you reckon there?
You mean, is that where you're pointing, William? Is that the left or the right? That's his right. His right is going to be over the other side. That's our left. That'll be his right, because they're getting a mirror image.
All right.
Are they? No, they're getting the image, the same image, because I'm behind you.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no, you said yes, where you were pointing.
So just over here?
Yeah. Okay, we'll do one there
We'll do
then.
a quick mirror, and listen, guys, I really do appreciate everyone being here, but I'm actually freezing, and I think Camera Girl is freezing too.
Yeah.
So we
So-
might have to go after that, but I really want to. I'm really intrigued, and you know something? This is a good suggestion you had there, because we're getting these really big cobbles, big, heavy cobbles. Look at that. This is what we want to be looking for, because that means the heavier the stuff, that means the heavy stuff's going to be dropping out. So anyway, let's see if we can pull in a little bit.
Crested Kios Thomas says, how much roughly do you have to get a day to cover your costs, hun?
What's that again?
How much roughly do you have to get a day to cover your costs, hun?
You'd have to get quite a lot to cover costs. But today is a little bit different, because today is about, we're out here having fun, but we want to trace exactly where all this is coming from. That's the end goal. We want to trace where this gold is coming from to find the source.
Rusty Yates said, it's great to see you have success.
Thank you so much.
And Kurt Newton said hi.
Hi.
So guys, there's 279 people in here. Can we please get some more thumbs up so that Mr. Goldman can get himself out of the freezing cold. He's also working with a almost broken toe, so it's not comfortable.
I appreciate you all. And guys, if you don't mind, if you could just all give a shout out to Camera Girl and thank her. She's got a channel. It's called Nervous Rider. That's 2 words, Nervous Rider. She has an amazing equestrian channel, and she is a professional at what she does. She's fantastic at what she does, and she is such a great teacher and a wonderful resource if you want to know anything about riding horses or working with horses or the psychology behind horsemanship. She is a fantastic resource. That is Nervous Rider.
It's behavioural. I'm good at doing horses' behaviour. I don't do show stuff or any of that crap. I only do horses' behaviour. So I work with them from scratch.
Yep.
And I work with difficult horses.
She definitely does.
And difficult people that want to ride difficult horses. Okay, so you got PM Purple says, hi, I'm a fan. That's awesome, PM Purple.
Wow.
Marjorie Unga says hi.
Hello.
Crested Kegos Thomas says, yes, that's good, thank you. Bleach My Brain said hi 3 times.
Hello.
Ooh,
Hello.
triple.
Thank you.
Tom Harrington said, hi, Camera Girl. Hi, Tom, how you doing? Thank you. Serena says, there is no gold in it.
Oh, no. Well, Serena, I'll tell you right now, we might just have to prove you wrong soon.
It might have some gold in there. I think he's onto some. I think William's directed us in the right direction, that's for sure.
I think so.
Just Doing It says, what's the tool called he's using? It's called a yabby pump, which in America would be a crawfish pump. So it's used for sticking in sand and pulling out pippies and yabbies and things like that. And what it does is everything gets sucked up, and then you can push it across into the pan. So it works well as a gold pump as well. It's a hand pump.
That's right.
William Allen says, love this content.
Oh, thank you so much.
You guys are great. Serena says, show yourself. There he is, right there.
Hello.
Marjorie Ong says, scared of horses in New York, hello. Yes, I'm scared of horses too, but I work with them every single day. It just goes to show you can be afraid of something, but you can continuously keep pushing yourself and get to where you need to be.
And if you're
regardless.
scared of horses, I want you guys to subscribe to a channel called Nervous Rider. That's our Camera Girl's channel, Nervous Rider. She works with very difficult horses and behaviors. So if you want to learn anything, subscribe to Nervous Rider.
Lean Bear says, cheers, William. Great positive vibes in this chat.
Wow, wonderful.
Yeah, very good.
I'm so
William
happy.
Allen says, you are in the spot. Yes.
Oh, good.
Okay, well, we'll soon see how it's going to pan out, won't we? Serena says, very good. Yeah.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you.
And I mean, there's been plenty of times where Josh has asked me to go and do a pan, and I've gone, hell no, there's going to be absolutely nothing in here. And then there's a heap of stuff.
That's right.
So I tend to think a little differently, and it's good to think differently sometimes from other people, because sometimes he's completely right and sometimes I'm right.
That's right.
Trying different things is always a good thing to do. So
Exactly.
as long as you're trying, doesn't really matter if you don't get a huge result initially. As long as you love what you're doing, and in trying, you're enjoying yourself trying. If it's not killing you, it's only making you stronger.
That's right. Absolutely.
Pan out, was that a pun intended? I don't know. He might have been intending a pun. William Allen says, placing it in the pan by hand will be good right there. Okay,
That's right.
yeah. Oh, yes, I see what you mean. Joshua Jones says, laugh out loud. Let's see how it pans out.
What I want to do is I got some of the surface stuff on there. I'm going to shimmy that down.
William Allen says, Josh, I think you are reading my mind. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Well, both of you are pretty knowledgeable with knowing how to do all this. So we're at 279 likes, guys. Come on, keep them up. We're going to go all the way to 300 before we finish.
Thank you.
And every time you do a like, you can help the channel grow because YouTube takes all that into consideration and they put you into a bit of a better stream so that more people can see, and that then helps with getting, a bit more algorithm and revenue and things like that. So thank you very much. It's very much appreciated.
Thank you. Excellent. We're going to shimmy that down, Make sure it's all good and clean.
And always wash your rocks because your rocks can still have gold stuck to them.
Exactly right.
Okay, so Joshua Jones says, hit it big gold, guys, come on. Yep.
Thank you.
And William says, this may be the best pan. It might be, William. I think you might be right about that.
I think he's right.
Codfishing 180 says, thank you, camera lady, for answering me and understanding my question. You're most welcome. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's understanding human beings. Did it for a living for many, many years.
Absolutely.
Thank you for your acknowledgement. I appreciate it. It's very kind. Out here in the middle of nowhere, you don't see people very much and you don't get much acknowledgement. You're lucky if the chicken acknowledges it twice a day when you feed them. That's about it. We're at 283, guys. I think we can make 300 easily in the next minute or two. Let's see how we go. We've got 297 people watching. We should have 297 likes coming up.
Incredible.
Muhammad Kati Puskal said hi.
Hello.
I'm assuming, Muhammad, that you might be... Are you from India? Lazy Daisy says, how long does it take to get an ounce?
It takes a long time, but it just depends on which area, what kind of area you're in, because some areas are richer than others, so it all depends.
Dwayne says, where is the middle of nowhere? Middle of nowhere is the middle of nowhere. It's somewhere in the middle of nowhere.
That's right.
Lorena says, hello.
Hello.
David Charles says, dig the low-tech dredge.
Aha.
Oh, I mean, he means he digs the low-tech dredge, as in he digs the pump,
Wow.
the yabby pump.
Thank you.
Damon says, how did you break your toe?
I stubbed it.
It's not broken, it's just very badly stubbed, but it feels like it's broken. We've got a washing machine that's sitting up on a brick thing, and it's only new. Put the washing machine on the brick so it wouldn't move anymore, and now he's whacked it into the brick.
Okay. So just in a moment, guys, we're going to do this pan and we're going to...
TSG says, whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
Codfishing 180 says, I don't like horses. My wife's dad had a horse transport company in Melbourne, and me and horses do not mix.
Oh.
Some people don't. They're scary. I totally understand you, and I trust why people don't like them. I understand why people don't like them. They can be frightening. But if you get to them on a level, so I can help you like horses. I can help you like them very, very quickly.
Definitely can. And guys, so Camera Girl's channel is called Nervous Rider. That's 2 words, Nervous Rider. So if you guys wouldn't mind, just give her a like and subscribe. She's got excellent content, and she's a great teacher. So thank you.
Bruno says, hello from California Gold Country.
Hello.
And Zoe says it's absolutely in Australia. Not only the background is very bush-like, but the lady's voice is a dead giveaway. Sounds like my mum.
Yes. Wonderful.
Your poor mum. Bruno said, oh no, I already said Bruno said hi. Rodney Simpson says, what are you getting?
Well, hopefully we're going to be getting some gold. I think William had some really good suggestions about where we should pan here, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna see.
White X Hardcore Laxona says hi.
Hello.
David Charles says, are you all in Australia? I think that's the secret's out of the bag. We are, yes, we are in the land down under. Roel Manderson said, is this Wolf Creek? Oh, it could be. Yes,
we could be having,
it could be.
We could be having Uncle Mick lurking
Uncle
around.
Mick actually does lurk around. We have a few Uncle Micks out here. They're well known.
Yes.
Everyone steers clear of them. And I mean
Right.
steer clear with your car. Steer
Oh,
clear
yeah.
of them. Don't pick up a hitchhiker in Australia, whatever you
That's
do.
right.
And don't hitchhike in Australia. LTD says, how much gold per month? Not much, right? Depends on how often you do it.
Yep.
Depends on where you're doing it. And it depends on how hard you want to work for it.
Exactly. That's a good answer.
And if you're lucky, a lot of it's luck too. A lot of it is luck.
Most
You can
definitely.
stumble upon things, and then other times you can dig all day long and nothing happens.
That's right.
Put God First said hi.
Hello.
Ronnie Simpson said hi from Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville, Kentucky.
White
Awesome.
Pania said hi.
Hello.
Zoe said, what do you mean, poor mum? Laugh out loud. No, but best of luck, mates. Love from Lightning Ridge. Oh, you're in the opal mining sector. Hey, have you got opals up where you are? Hey, do you go opal mining? That's what I want to do one day. Go out
Yeah,
there and do
that would
some
be
opal
good.
mining.
That would be really good.
We did find a diamond here.
Yep.
There was a diamond here, a rough diamond, which was crazy.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Lots of diamonds, lots of opals. Beautiful place.
I'm just saying, if your poor mum sounds like me, everyone's going to want to get the hell away from her, because everyone runs away from me when I start talking. They're like, no, I'm leaving,
You got a good voice.
going.
You know, I love the Australian accent. I think it's the most wonderful accent ever, I think.
Joshua Jones said, gold is where you find it. Yeah, it
That's
is.
exactly right.
Codfishing 180 says, I lived along the King River, great fishing, and there is gold here apparently too.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Rivers are a good place to find gold.
Oh, yeah.
Jonette Braxton said, hi. Hi, Jonette.
Hello.
White X Hardcore, Laxana said he's from Indonesia, or she. As I said, sure am, mate. I go mining for black opal occasionally. It's good fun. Do you find much? Opal's a bit. I've got a couple of opal rings, but I didn't go mining for them. I found them on eBay for next to nothing. They were in a deceased estate sale. I got like this opal ring that's worth about $3,000 for about $24 I paid for it.
That's amazing.
It's absolutely stunning.
Good
I
job.
don't even touch it. I've hidden it. I don't want to look at it. It's too precious.
Yep.
Rodney Simpson says, do you pan every day? Now you do. Yep.
Hopefully we can get out here and pan
When
a bit.
the weather's good. David Charles says, I'm back, laugh out loud. Hi,
Oh,
welcome
wow.
back, David.
Welcome back.
William Allen says, come on, everybody. We've got to the 300. We've got
Oh,
302 likes. Awesome,
302.
guys. That's
Thank you
amazing.
guys so very much.
Amazing.
So this pan is for everyone.
Let's go for 310.
Yes.
Hello, cheers from USA, Nevada, John Stilby says.
Fantastic.
William Allen says, come on, everyone, spam the double taps. Thank you
Yes.
very much, William.
Thank you.
Serena said, did you find any gold? We're about to find out.
All right, let's have a look, see guys. I hope
Here we
there's
go.
something is pan. Now, William, this is for you. I think I think we're on it. I think we're definitely on it. The only time will tell.
Let's go zooming in a little.
Oh yeah, okay. I can actually. Can you see that right there? There's
Yep,
a little
there's a
tiny
fleck
piece of
stuck
gold
to a
sitting
rock.
right on
Is
top
it
of that
stuck
little
on
bit of
the rock?
ironstone. It's just sitting right on top of that
Sitting
ironstone.
on the ironstone. Yep, so there
Just
you go.
right there. So hang on. And now we're not fully ready yet, but I'm gonna drop that there.
There it is.
Beautiful, nice little
Now,
piece.
hang on, let me get up where I'm getting the light so they can see
You're
the
good.
colour.
I can pull it under there. There you go. That's a
There's
nice
a little fleck
little
there. Hang on, where is it?
little
I
piece
can't
right
see
here.
what I'm
It's
doing.
just right here.
Hang
Just
on,
where my
let
finger
me
is. Yeah.
reverse and then go back in. Okay.
You're good.
There we go. Look at
They're
that. See
sitting
the
just
colour?
there.
There you go. That's what
Beautiful.
gold looks like. And you know what, guys? The first time Josh ever showed me gold in a pan and told me to get it for myself. I had no idea what it was going to look like. He's like, he did show me pieces he'd had, but I didn't know what it would look like in a pan. And it's very different when you're panning for it. You're looking and looking, and you'll see little yellow rocks and bits that maybe look like over here. And you'll think, is that gold? Because sometimes they shine a bit and they look like it. But when you find a real piece of gold, you can definitely tell the difference between gold and just an ordinary everyday rock.
Exactly.
Especially against the green pan, it's pretty easy to see.
That's right.
If you've got a black pan, it's even better.
Exactly.
We're at
So-
317, guys. Let's make it 330.
Let's see what else is in this pan. Oh, yep. Okay, so we've already got a little bit of an outline
Yep,
just
so
up
we're
here, so we
starting to get...
can pinch zoom and pull that in. You guys can just see it just starting to come out right up there.
It's the reflection on the water is just
Yep.
making it
what
a
I'll do
bit
is
difficult.
I'll pull it in.
So he's just tapping the pan there, getting everything
Swirl
pulled
it
back
down.
a little.
Okay. Yes, there's
Yeah.
definitely gold in this pan.
You're absolutely right, William. Good eye.
William, you are amazing. William, this is for you.
Josh might have to hire you.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, there's a big flake.
Oh,
There's
nice.
another big flake.
Nice. We've got a big piece of lead up here too. We've got a bit of
Quite
iron.
a few large flakes there.
Incredible. Oh, love
Okay,
it. Look at
yep.
that. Okay, we got one,
Shining like crazy. We've got,
We got
that
one.
big flake there.
2, 3,
2, 3.
right there,
Yeah,
and we got
okay.
over here. There's more.
Another
There's
one
actually
up
more down there, and it's actually kind of flowing around a little bit.
And there's also a few little specks up there too.
Lovely.
There we
It's
go.
just incredible. Nice,
Fantastic.
chunky, angular stuff.
Yep, good on you, mate.
Thank you, William. You're brilliant.
Everybody, please do subscribe to William's channel because William's pretty
Make
clever.
William, I want you to make William a
William's
moderator.
going to become a moderator. So we can see William standing out and everyone can look at William's. And William, please put your channel's handle on for now. So we can see where your channel is, so you can get some people onto your channel for you.
Yes, thank you.
Dwayne says, watching you pan brings back old memories of panning in East Fork in San Fernando
Oh,
Mountains
wow.
in Southern
Wow.
California. Hello from
Fernando,
Lake City,
California.
Arkansas.
Arkansas, California, wonderful, excellent. All right, so we're going to pull all that in.
Oh, Zoe says, good fleck of gold. Always wanted to give panning a shot, but it's so time consuming. It is time consuming, but if you have nothing else to do, it's a brilliant thing to spend your time doing.
Absolutely.
Very healthy, outdoors. You're not stuck in, sitting stuck to a television
Exactly.
screen or something
That's
like
right.
that. David Charles says, didn't even think it's winter down under. What's the temperature? Well, it's
Oh.
probably about 4 degrees
Yeah.
Celsius,
I'm freezing.
which is cold. Fahrenheit, what would it be Fahrenheit? Not much,
Probably
eh?
about 30,
About 30
30
Fahrenheit.
degrees Fahrenheit.
I
yeah.
have no idea what Fahrenheit is, but the water's probably about -2.
Yeah,
No, it's not. Wouldn't be that cold. It'd be about 1 degrees because it'd be
Yeah.
frozen if it was -2.
that's right. Now, everybody, I want everybody to be. I want everybody. I want to thank everybody for coming in today. I'm losing the power to speak because I'm so cold.
Lucifer Crosby just says actually he's replying to Zoe's. That's what it's all about, getting fresh air and doing something productive while enjoying the outdoors.
Exactly.
And Lean Bear says, wow. Joanne Carberry says, hi from Dublin, Ireland.
Hello.
Hi, hello. Ireland is beautiful. I love Ireland and Irish people.
Amazing.
And JJ24 says, you winning. Yes, he's winning.
Definitely
Zoe says, where I am is around 2 degrees Celsius here and late night, early morning, but warms up 15 later in the day.
Yeah,
Usually it is warm here, but it's not at the moment.
that's right.
William Allen says, I'm new. What is a moderator? So basically, the little blue wrench that you've got there means that everyone can see you, and also you have the power to click on other people's channels if you want to check out what they're doing. And if someone's misbehaving, you can also eject them if they're going crazy. But I
Yeah.
mean, they've got to be doing something pretty crazy. Otherwise, people will be silly sometimes.
Well, you guys have been absolutely fantastic, and I want to, just before we go, because we're going to have to go and get warm, but I want to show you guys what you're all helping us get, and you're all a part of this, and this is for you, okay?
JJ24 says, hi, I'm from Ballarat. Ballarat's got a lot of gold too.
Awesome.
Damon says, holy, that's cold. Yeah, it is cold.
Very
Shock
cold.
Advice says, that's about 40 Fahrenheit. Joanne Carberry says, thanks. Lean Bear
Wow.
says, 0 is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, okay. I had no idea. Dwayne says, I'd love to come see Australia and pan some gold with you guys and girls. Hint, hint. Laugh out loud. Love the accents.
Awesome.
Marjorie Unger says, take care. Blessed be to all. Going nighty-night. Good night, Marjorie.
Good night.
William Allen says, I don't know what my channel is. I've never made a video. Well, maybe you can start making some videos.
Good idea. Okay, guys, so this is for you. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming in today. And just remember, if you're feeling depressed, get out from behind your computer. If you got a day off work, just go and get yourself a pen and look for gold, because I'm telling you, it's some of the most fun you're going to ever have. And I'll tell you right now, if it wasn't for gold, many years, I would have lost my mind. So, but you can very quickly wind up with some beautiful treasure, just like that. And you know, it's a bit of hard work, but it doesn't take that long. You know, you can get there, and you can end up tracing all this gold back to where it's coming from. And once you do that, you could be winding up finding the mother lode.
And you can see when I've zoomed in here, there are some quite large flakes there and quite chunky flakes, and others are very fine and very small and very fine. A lot of people like to buy fine gold, so don't be discouraged by it being fine. People actually prefer to buy fine gold because it's good for jewellery making.
That's right.
So, and it's good to melt down and make bars out of.
Exactly.
And they know it's clean when it's fine.
That's right.
So your buyers, if you're intending on selling your gold, your buyers are going to want it as fine as they can get it.
Exactly.
And if you do ever find a large nugget attached to a piece of quartz, do not remove the nugget from the quartz. Leave it like that, it's worth more.
Exactly. You find some specimens, keep them as they are. But everyone, I want to thank you all so very much. And remember, camera girl here with us today, her channel is called Nervous Rider. So it's 2 words, Nervous and Rider. And she has an excellent equestrian channel where she deals with behaviors in horses. And she is such a great teacher and is such an amazing resource. So that's Nervous Rider. Make sure you subscribe to Nervous Rider. Thank you so much. And help camera girl out here today. Thank you.
Joanne Lean Bear says a wrench is a troll hammer. Yep, it certainly is.
It is a troll hammer.
Joanne Carberry says, well done and well done. Good morning, off to work. Love watching you this morning. Good luck.
Thank you guys so much.
William Allen says, thanks for all the kind words and all the recognition. No, thank you, William,
Thank you.
for all your input.
Everyone subscribe to Lean Bear as well. He has an excellent channel. He's an audio engineer. And he is he has overcome alcohol addiction. And he is a great resource for both audio, and if you are a recovering alcoholic and you need assistance with that. And he's just a wealth of knowledge. So Lean Bear, subscribe to Lean Bear. Thank you guys so very much.
Yes.
Well,
David Charles just asked you, how long did you take to collect that much gold?
This is probably for about 2 or 3 weeks worth of just panning around and trying to figure out where the best spots are.
And what purity is your raw gold? That raw gold's pure.
It's absolutely pure. And it's probably about 99%. So
yeah,
it's just really probably some of the purest stuff.
It's pure. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's absolutely lovely. I love it. It's my pride and joy. And hopefully we're going to be finding a lot more of that soon. But listen, guys, I'm freezing. Camera girl here is freezing. We're going to have to get back into a warm space now, and we're going to go ahead and do that. But I want to thank you all so very much for being here and helping us find all this stuff today.
And guys, just before we leave, if there is anybody who can give us another thumbs up, we've got 335. If we could get to 340 just before we leave, that would be fantastic. If not, thank you anyway for all the likes, because it does help. It does help push this into the algorithm so that Josh can get more people to watch and learn about gold and about the Australian gold, because it's different in Australia to how you pan for gold. Some other places can be a bit different for what you're looking for. We've got different terrain and stuff. So thank you very much, everybody who's put a thumbs up.
Yes,
we're almost at 340. We can stretch one more person. That would be fantastic. I'd do it if I could, but I'm not on there. So actually, I did one earlier. And we're at 340. Thank you, guys, and thank you very much.
Okay.
Beautiful. Thank you guys so much. Thank you all so much. And we're going to just try this gold just for a little while longer because I know it's what you all want to see, and I do appreciate it. Like that's what we're all after. Thank you guys so very much. Just lovely, lovely stuff, and hopefully, let's just show that little waterfall again where we found a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That's lovely.
Dwayne says, I'll definitely be checking you guys out later. Elizabeth Crosby says, get warm, keep safe. Now, I've noticed you guys have been on here nearly the entire time. Lean Bear, you too. He says, you two make a great team. Love you guys. Go get warm. William Allen says, get warm. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, everybody. Thank you
so
for the
much.
people who were very kind in watching and giving support to Josh because it's wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys. We'll see you all later. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Okay, over and out. Bye for now.